Okay, you guys want to get started?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, great. So you still have your character sheets. They're more or less unchanged except for the gold that you got paid for your last job.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got quite a bit of gold.
Yeah.
I have 2010 on mine. That sound about right? Or is it 2510?
2,500. Wait, I have
Yes.
2,500.
Yeah, I think
Altogether.
Astrid boosted a purse that had that extra
Ooh.
10.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I have 2,500 on mine.
Okay, so you all have, the Epiox has been hired by Eloise of Brawl. Eloise of Brawl is an insurance company owned by Eloise. They insured a ship called Creighton's Jewel, which was owned by a Neogi, a powerful Neogi trader named Creighton. So Creighton had this ship. It was a massive 100-ton ship, a Death Spider class that he was transporting a bunch of lucrative materials, some rare metals, that sort of thing. The ship was escorted by a bunch of Mine Spider vessels, which are like kind of smaller escort vessels. But a celestial storm came about and scattered the fleet. And Creighton's Jewel was lost and never found. So they filed an insurance claim for it. And Eloise of Brawl paid out, quite a lot of money. More than you imagine, 100,000 gold pieces for this insurance coverage. But recently it has been spotted, or there have been rumors that it has been spotted, or at least the Death Spider class ship around where it was supposed to be has been seen. So as soon as those rumors reached Brawl, Eloise has reached out to the Epiox to hire them. Specifically, there is a piece of cargo. It is a heavy chest, and the chest itself is a powerful magical item. And she specifically wants you to retrieve that chest. If you retrieve anything else, that's sort of your finder's fee. But if you can return that chest to her, that's the primary job. The chest is sealed. She says, don't open it. You won't be able to open it anyways. And it should be in the lowest hold of the jewel, of Creighton's Jewel. Again, this massive 100-ton Death Spider ship that, supposedly had a full crew of Neogi, their Umber Hulk slaves, as well as some miscellaneous slaves. So now that happened a few months ago, that Creighton's Jewel was lost. So Eloise is unsure of the state of the crew, or even the state of the ship. So that's the bare bones. I'll show you guys what the Death Spider class ship looks like. Something like this. So it's got these huge arms that grapple other ships, and then this very large cargo hold that forms kind of the abdomen of the ship. And that's where most of the cargo and rooms and crew quarters, etc., are.
Is that admin like the back of the ship or the front of the ship?
Exactly, that's the back of the ship, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah, the arms are the front of the ship.
And then can you go over again the details of the rumors of it being found? Did you say an area or where the rumors were coming from?
It's been found in hang on a sec, sorry. It's been found in the Cernan oppression space, which is the space of the Neogi. You all have encountered Neogi before. You've never been in the Cernan oppression. Neogi are absolute capitalists at heart. They are all about trading and making deals, and they have a thriving slave society. So all Neogis are basically slaves of other Neogis, and it's like this pyramid scheme sort of thing. So the top ones have these Neogi that are they're slaves, and they own Neogi, and they own Neogi, and the lowest level Neogi own like normal slaves, like humans and elves and that sort of thing. You also know that Neogi are always accompanied by Umber Hulks, which are these large, insectile, dangerous creatures. Neogi themselves are actually relatively soft and squishy. But the sighting of Creighton's jewel is somewhere in the Cernan oppression, and so Reseda has told you, like, we cannot be nabbed, because if the Neogi grab us, they are going to put us into slavery 100%. You don't have any salvage permits, basically, is the fundamental problem. So again, Neogi are all about bureaucracy and capitalism. So like if you got a permit, then that would be fine, but you don't. So if you are discovered, you will be enslaved.
Can Asteroid forge a permit or make a fake one?
Yeah, I think you could definitely work on that in transit. Yeah, do you have, oh yeah, you have a forgery kit for sure. Okay, yeah, we can do that during the trip. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll that? So that's going to be intelligence with your proficiency.
So int plus proficiency. Okay.
Correct.
Oh, you know what? Can I assist? I also have a forgery kit. Can you get
Oh,
advantage?
sure. Yeah, roll. Asteroid roll with advantage.
Nice. Very nice.
Okay. That is all right. With advantage and a modifier of 6, that's a non-natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, you get some pretty decent looking salvage rights that you know, you think will pass pretty good muster, actually. So so once you do that, Captain Reseda is much more at peace with the idea of going into Neogi space.
And just to kind of sweeten the pot, okay, so what would somebody that would have a legitimate salvage permit look like? Is there a particular like kind of appearance or style that would be typical of someone like that, or would it just be like any Joe Blow?
I mean, it's most likely that it would be a Neogi if it's a Neogi ship in Neogi space.
Okay, and Neogi are not humanoid, so I can't disguise myself as one.
Yep.
Rat. Yeah.
So I mean, the permit from you, you know, as a humanoid, is pretty good. It'll at least buy you time to you know, figure out another deal potentially. So so that's good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. What else do you guys want to know before you head out?
When we get the job from Eloise, Teresa's going to ask if this smells like insurance fraud to her. Because presumably she's had experience with that.
Yeah, she has. No, she doesn't think so. It seems pretty credible. She got reports from the mine spiders that got scattered, and it seems like they were all, you know, tossed around. And Creighton had some pretty valuable stuff on this ship that he seemed to lose out on, and consequently he became another Neogi slave because like the deal went south. So so she doesn't think it's insurance fraud, but it is unfortunate that it, you know, was pretty substantial sum of money.
Gotcha.
If it's possible to salvage the ship or otherwise retrieve it, that would be nice, but that's a very much like secondary goal to getting the chest.
And do we know how large this chest is? Is it like something that's going to be difficult for us to move around, or is it something one person could just like grab?
It is it is definitely going to be something that's going to be difficult for you to move around. It's a fairly heavy metal chest that's probably going to require 2, maybe 3 of you. I can't remember what your guy. I think your strengths are not amazing.
8.
Yeah.
Also
So yeah, and Teresa's got a 12. So it's probably going to require all 3 of you to lift this chest and like shuffle with it slowly to get it off the death spider and onto the Epiox.
boy.
Do any of you have like a Tensor's floating disc or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, so it's just going to be brute lugging it.
I wish I could swap characters right now.
Would it be like us to hire like a set of muscle, cheap muscle, just for this one part of it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Rosita's pretty reluctant to take on any temporary muscle because of so much about the Epiox relies on people not knowing about it or its capabilities or what you guys are capable of, frankly. So she's pretty reluctant to do that, you know, unless they were going to be not survival crew, and she's not really okay with that either.
What about a machine of some kind, or just like a dolly? You know, something really simple, but something like that.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, you guys could probably buy like a Tensor's floating disc sort of analog, like
Like a
as a magic
scroll
item.
or something? A scroll of Tensor's floating disc.
Oh, that would be the way to do it for sure. Yeah, you could definitely get a scroll of Tensor's floating disc.
How much is it going to set us back?
That's a good question. Who wants to do the bargaining on this one?
I think Milana should do the
Not me.
I'm good at this.
Yeah, probably Milana. I agree. So if you guys want to send Milana out into Brawl to get a scroll of Tensor's floating disc, that will work.
Yeah, that seems like a wise decision, given that it's going to be big and hard to move.
Yeah. Yeah, she comes back about an hour later, and she's got a scroll. And if everyone chips in 10 gold spread around, that'll work out just fine.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Great. Okay, so you have 1 scroll of Tensor's floating disc. Who's going to hang on to that?
Probably should be either Gita or Astrid,
Yeah.
since we're the ones who are normally spellcasting.
Yeah,
Magical
Teresa's like
points.
hands off. Like, I don't know what this thing is.
Gita, why don't you hold on to it? You'll be most likely to
All right.
you'll be the one that'll be most likely to keep it.
Sounds good. And I stick it in my pack.
Yeah, you're tougher
Okay.
than me.
Great. Yeah, so now you have a way to get it to move the chest relatively easily once you get it. Any other preparations you want to take before you head out?
Would there be any advantage to disguising myself as Eloise?
It's difficult to know what all is going on with the ship, to be honest. And your hat of disguise you can use just like that. So you don't necessarily need to prep it unless you guys encounter, you know, somebody, you know, that hails you or that kind of thing.
Right. Okay. So keep that in the back pocket.
Right.
In that case, I guess I'm ready to head out.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else that would be. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that
great.
sounds good.
Okay.
And
you
I'm
guys-
assuming at this point we've got our ship fixed from the last
Yes,
mission.
Yeah, it
Okay.
healed up. Yeah, you guys, it's been some time, probably about a month or so since the last job, so it's had time to heal.
I like having a small jammer ship.
Yeah. Okay, you guys, so Eloise also gives you a star map with directions to where Creighton's Jewel has been spotted, so it's not hard to find. There are a couple of bounce points to get there. You guys take off in the Epiox, have a relatively uneventful journey, and passing into the Cernan oppression, in contrast to the Antillan Empire, so the Antillan Empire has this like envelope that prevents your invisibility from working. As far as you know, the Cernan Oppression doesn't have any sort of boundary like that. So you guys pass into Neogi space still under your invisibility effect. So you're basically flying very stealthily. You don't really encounter any other ships or any remarkable bodies of earth, air, water, fire. And eventually, following on the instructions on the star map, you spot a death spider. It is listing ever so slightly portward, only about like a 3 or 4 degree tilt, but it's definitely abnormal. Like you guys spot it immediately as soon as it comes into view that this spelljamming vessel is not fully powered.
Do we see any
Is it-
activity on the deck?
So the whole thing is enclosed, basically.
yeah.
So you don't
Okay.
see anything on the exterior of the vessel. Kind of buzzing it, you spot a hole in the top of the abdomen, probably about a 10-foot hole. Looks like it was took some kind of damage. There are also a handful of exterior doors. There's a couple of large double doors kind of in the middle of the ship in the abdomen. There's a small door near the bottom, and then there's a double door on the absolute bottom of the abdomen. There's also a variety of windows and portholes. You don't see any lights or anything on. It looks abandoned.
Is it just kind of drifting there? It's not like actively moving around. It's just kind of floating in space.
Right. It's just sitting there drifting like a dead Hulk.
Do our sensors have any ability to like detect living entities? I don't know if our sensors would have any kind of capability for that.
They're not well equipped for that. No. They're primarily intended to detect other ships, especially other invisible ships.
Gotcha.
Do we want to like go up around that hole, that big hole in the abdomen where it took damage, and kind of scan it to see if there's anything nasty around there, and see if we want to go in through there?
Seems
Yeah, let's
reasonable.
go take a look at the very least.
But there's
Yeah.
those double doors on the underside. That might be the under hull. If we're gonna go in anywhere, that might be the best place.
Yeah, maybe we take a peek in the big hole in the side to see if we can see what caused it, and then go in through the actual door.
Can I open that door with my mage hand legerdemain?
Do you want to try to do that? Have Teresa get the ship under there and then get up on the top deck and mess with it?
Yeah, like after we.
Oh, after you check out the hole.
Yeah,
Okay.
after we check out the hole.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys maneuver the ship up on top where that hole in the abdomen is. Captain Reseda takes over piloting duties. You guys get up on the top deck and look down at it. Yeah, it looks like the shell of the thing is made of wood, so it looks like something splintered the wood. It's difficult to know if it was an impact from the outside or an explosion from the inside.
Is it like dark in there? Can we see?
It is quite dark. So Reseda's not able to get the ship like quite close enough that your 60 foot of dark vision will like get in there. So your best bet is just going to be to hop down onto the exterior shell of the ship and kind of peek in.
Can I use thaumaturgy to like throw a flare in there or something?
Yeah, thaumaturgy, the light that it makes is not particularly bright.
Okay.
So you could do that, but it wouldn't illuminate very much.
Why don't we fly around to the door proper and head in there, assuming we can easily get over to it.
Yeah.
So you want to try one of the main doors?
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay.
Like the big double door or
Yeah,
something.
that double door you said was on the underside.
Yeah, on the bottom.
Yeah, can we like fly the ship up underneath it and just like climb up to it?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys fly the ship underneath to it. Yeah, it's a pretty large door, double doors in the bottom hole here. Probably used for, basic cargo, maybe ballast, that sort of thing. They don't look very well used.
Okay. I'm gonna try and open it with Mage Hand.
Okay. Yeah, give me a Thieves tool proficiency dexterity.
Ooh, not great. So I rolled a 5 plus 4 plus 3 for proficiency, so that's a total of
Okay.
12.
So throughout all of the Creighton's Jewel, since you guys all have Thieves tools proficiency and you can all be pretty competent, I'm going to say your ability to open locks is not a question of if, but when. So basically, how well you roll is just going to dictate how long it takes for you to accomplish that task. So, Astrid, go ahead and give me either an investigation or an insight check as you're fiddling with the doors here.
Definitely investigation.
Okay.
Also not great. That was a 7.
They are not opening even after repeated attempts.
Oh no, wait, that's a 10. Sorry, wrong.
Okay.
Wrong bonus.
Yeah, they're not opening even after repeated attempts. And Gita and Teresa also, you guys kind of get the ship close enough that you're able to monkey with it. And for some reason, they're like, you get it unlocked, but you're not able to open it.
That's weird.
Maybe they open inward and there's something sitting on it.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Let's go try another door. One that looks like maybe it gets used more than these. These look kind of crusty.
Yeah, Gita, after you say that you think that's exactly what's going on. You think either it's barred from the inside or there's something heavy leaning against it that's preventing it from opening.
Yeah, let's try and find a door that's a little more, it looks like it gets a little more use.
Like a passenger boarding door, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's 2 sets of double doors sort of in the middle of the ship. And you guys monkey with them for a little bit and you come to the same conclusion. Even though these doors are better used, they seem like they are barred from the inside so that they cannot be unlocked.
Well, splintered hole it is.
I mean, that is a distinct opening in the ship. We can certainly go in that way.
Maybe we're not the first ones to encounter this particular problem.
Astrid's gonna like sulk and look at the ground and like scuff her boot on the floor at the thought of doors that she cannot open with Thieves tools. Like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, let's head around to that big hole.
Okay, you guys head back up to the hole. Are you gonna hop down onto the exterior of the shell?
Yeah, how big of a drop is that?
You can get, well, let's see, how close can Captain get? She can get you about a 15-foot drop, not too bad.
Okay, yeah.
We have rope.
Yeah, you also have rope. How quietly are you guys intending to do this?
Let's do it quietly. Let's
Yeah,
at least
we might as
attempt
well
stealth.
at least attempt to not wake up anything that might be on here, because it's been
Okay.
here a month. Who knows what might have moved in a month?
And once we're in, let's make a beeline for that chest. We can case the joint once we have that safely on our ship, but I'd rather not lose it at the last second.
Yeah, let's get the prize here first. And
Yeah,
then we
that
can
last job.
look for extras.
Yeah, that last job was a little bit too close to being all for nothing for me.
Yeah, we don't want our,
all right,
our
everybody,
prize thing
go
going out
ahead
the window.
Go ahead and give me your stealth checks, please. Okay.
We're on the same page.
Okay. You guys land on the carapace of the ship fairly quietly. Yeah, looking now at this this structure, anybody with proficiency in investigation, go ahead and roll that. Or if you want to roll perception, you can get some details.
I have perception proficiency, and I just got a nat 20 for a total of 28.
I also
Wow.
have perception, but I got a 4 for a total of 7.
Well, Sam, I have proficiency in investigation, and I rolled a nat 20 for a total of 26.
Oh my god.
Teresa's like, where?
Wow.
Where?
That is incredible. Okay, so yeah, Astrid and Gita, you guys are able to figure out between the two of you. It looks like something impacted the hull from the outside. Some of the way that the splintering happened, it looks like there's some bending of the boards. Looking in, you can see kind of some scattered fragments of wood. You don't know exactly what it is. You're guessing it was probably a asteroid or something like that, rather than a blast from a ship's weapon, which would tend to create more of a burn sort of appearance in the hull.
And is there remnants of whatever hit it still like embedded in the ship?
No, it looks like whatever hit it and bounced off, sort of thing.
Wide across is it?
It's about 10 feet wide, pretty big hole. And peering into the darkness, you all have dark vision. Teresa has her goggles on. You can see a room that's about 30 feet by maybe 25 feet. You see a door in the corner of the room, and the room is strewn with webbing. And Gita, with that perception, you see that there's at least 3 things moving in there. They
Over
do
there,
not seem
over
to
there.
be aware of your presence.
He is like signaling quiet and like pointing.
You guys can see that there is something moving in there, but you don't know where or how many.
Okay. And we can't really tell at this point what's moving. We just see there's webbing and some things moving around.
Yeah, exactly. It's like some kind of shadows, and the webs kind of stir here or there.
Are they moving in the direction that we want to go, or are they like we can't like go around these shadows or anything, right?
Are they just kind of
You might
meandering?
be able to sneak past them for sure. The webs are going to make it hard.
Yeah. How far away are we from these creatures that we've just spotted?
They're kind of on the other side of the room from the hole. So they're maybe 20 feet away.
Okay. Okay. Is there the possibility that like the webs aren't completely obstructing our path? There's
No.
the possibility that we could get around them.
Yes. Yeah, the
Okay.
webs will be difficult terrain. You'll be able to progress through them, but it's going to be a little bit hard. But they're not completely blocking
Okay.
any of your passage. Yeah.
Okay. Gita is gonna very like quietly try to stealthily cast Pass Without Trace and help us sneak through this.
Okay. Okay. So you cast your spell, and you hear something moving, Gita, basically on the other side of the hole from you, that seems to be alerted to your presence. Everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
No. That's the opposite intended effect.
Oh right, I have advantage on initiative. Thank goodness.
I
I
don't.
I roll a 1 on my first initiative roll.
Oh.
But I got a 19 for the next one. Total of 19 after my initiative bonus.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say Gita goes before Astrid, but all of you go after this lightning fast creature. So you guys are kind of clinging to the hull, kind of peering in this hole, trying to see what you can see. Gita, you cast your spell, and in so doing, does it have a verbal component?
Pass with that. I believe it does. Let me check that. Yes, it does.
Okay. So something heard you, and this humanoid torso kind of picks its way through the hole and glares at you. It looks like an elf, but it has jet black skin. If you guys want to roll a history check to try to identify what this thing is.
I think I know what it. I think I will, the player, know what it is because I read the Dark Elf trilogy, but that's a non-natural 20 for me.
Astrid, this looks like a dark elf, which are evil elves. It's a little weird for it to be out here all on its own. Usually they obviously dark elves are not part of the elven fleet, but they have their own like ships and whatnot that they travel around on. They're usually fairly smart too. You don't know exactly what's happening here, basically. But it pokes its head out and casts a spell, and suddenly you all are lit up by brilliant orange flames that outline your form.
Uh-oh.
Crap.
Which
Did it
obviously,
come from inside, or it was on the opposite side of the outside from us?
you guys are on the outside of the hull. It was basically on the other side of the hull from where you are.
Of the outside. Gotcha.
So it was on the inside because you guys are on
Okay.
the outside. Right.
Oh, I see. Other side under us.
Right. Yes.
Aha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys are still on the surface of the hull, looking in the hole. This thing was in the room and heard you, and then looked at you and has cast fairy fire on you.
Lame.
Do we get a save on that, or are we just hit by it?
Let's see. Oh, the dexterity saving throw. Thank you.
Aha.
My dex saving throw is not great.
I've had better. I got a 14.
I got a 13.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you guys all avoid the little orange light that this thing sends out to try to illuminate you. Holy shit. That's new that it's a saving throw in 5e. Okay. All right. So that's its action. It's not going to take any movement. It's just standing there. It also has a long sword is in its hand. And Astrid, your initial impression was that this is a dark elf, but as you're looking at it, you notice that it has fangs, which elves should not have.
Oh, that doesn't look like any drow I've ever seen.
Next is Gita.
Okay. Gita is going to pull out her crossbow and just start raining arrows at this fella.
Okay. It has it is in melee with you. You have crossbow experts, that's fine, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then it does have some partial cover from where you are right now. If you wanted to go around to the other side of the hole, you could get a bead on the whole of its body. You provoke an opportunity attack to do that.
In that case, Gita, seeing that the stealth is totally not working, does not feel the need to concentrate on Pass Without Trace anymore, and is, as a bonus action, going to cast Zephyr Strike.
Okay, cool. What does that do?
It gives me 10. It increases my movement speed by 30 feet for this turn, and I don't provoke opportunity attacks.
Ooh, okay, cool.
So she's going to go dashing across to get behind this thing
Okay.
at a place where it doesn't have cover from her.
Okay. Are you gonna stay on the shell around the hole, or are you gonna go into the room at all?
I don't want to go into the room if there's a bunch of there was like a bunch of other things in there, right?
There are other things crawling around. Yep.
Okay. She's not going to go down in just yet. She's going to move around to the side, but at an angle where
Okay.
she can get a beat on this thing
Yep.
without it having cover.
Definitely. As you do so, Gita, you look and you see that the dark elf was just the tip of this thing. There is a monstrous spider body attached to it at its waist. It's like a centaur spider.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right.
It's a
and she's
drow.
gonna-
It's a spider. It's a drider.
She's gonna
All right,
whip out
roll
her
the hit.
crossbow and just start taking shots.
Great.
That's not good. 14.
Does not hit. It just bounces off its armor. This thing is actually pretty heavily armored.
Another 14.
Uh,
Jeez. And because of that's Dread Ambusher, she gets one more attack.
Yep.
Oh, that's better. 26.
that hits.
Okay. And that will be a D6 plus a D8 from the Dread Ambusher plus a D8 from the Zephyr Strike. Oh, wait a second. I can. Okay, you know what? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll do that later. The spell has another effect, but I can trigger. It's a concentration thing. I can do it later.
Okay.
So it'll just be a D8 and a D6, not 2D. Okay, so that is 12 points of damage.
12 points. Okay. So you kind of, what does the Zephyr Strike look like to move you around?
She just sort of she is the embodiment of the wind. She is just like a blur in the wind, just goes streaking across the battlefield in a blur and very like
Nice.
fluid. I picture the way wind kind of curls and swirls. She's very like fluid in her motion and just evades any potential opportunity attacks.
Cool. Yeah, and then you shoot. The arrows plink off its armor, but one of them hits and does some damage. So 3 monstrous spidery forms emerge out of the hole on their action right after Gita. So these spiders are probably 3-4 feet wide, and they kind of pour out, and one each of them attacks you. So Gita, miss. Astrid, miss. Teresa hits. So Teresa, one of these things comes out and these huge mandibles goes and bites through your armor. Go ahead and give me a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
Non-natural 20.
Okay. So you take half poison damage. So.
And then also my uncanny dodge. I have damage from an attacker I can see that hits me.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. And is that automatic every attack?
That's a
It's a reaction.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you take 8 points of damage, halved to 4.
Sweet.
Wow, nice. And then the rest of these giant spiders miss. Astrid, there's a big old spider in front of you.
All right. Remembering what happened the last time we had to fight something that looked like drow, Astrid is going to holler out, "Puff!" and call up her familiar,
Oh yeah, great.
Puff the pseudo dragon.
The pseudo dragon. That's right.
So that's find familiar for a spell action, and as and can I go ahead and have Puff aid my rapier attack?
Sure. Yeah, I think Puff is around just kind of generally, right? So
yeah.
But yeah, Puff will aid your rapier so that you get advantage and you can sneak attack.
Mm-hmm. Woo, not bad. That's a 24 to attack to hit.
Yeah, are you attacking the giant spider in front of you?
Yes.
Okay, yes, that hits.
Okay, so that's all right. Oh, 1d8 plus 3d6. 6, 7, 9, 10 plus 4, so 14 damage total. 14 piercing
14.
damage.
Okay. Yeah, you stab it. What does Puff's help look like?
Puff is actually like hovering around, like flitting, like zigzagging around in front of this thing's face to distract it while I stab it.
Okay, yeah. You stab it center of mass. It twitches, ichor goos out of it. It is still alive, but definitely heavily injured. Teresa.
So I have one spider in front of me, and there's the spider drow centaur also sort of adjacent to me.
More or less. It's on
More or
the other
less.
side of the ship hull, so there's wood between you and it.
But we're in melee.
Yeah.
And then Astrid's also within 5 feet of the spider drow
Yes.
centaur monster. Okay.
Right.
I am going to sneak attack the centaur spider with my short sword.
Okay.
21.
That hits it.
And does a total of 8, 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19 piercing damage.
19. Okay.
Nice. Sneak attack.
Yeah, you stab this thing and it howls out and it speaks at you in some kind of elven dialect. The thing seems intelligent, and it definitely got injured.
I speak Elvish and Undercommon. It wouldn't happen to be one of those, would it? Whatever it was talking in.
It was kind of a blend. Like you could kind of pick up the gist of it. It was some kind of curse. It was like, goddamn humans, you're just vermin.
Yeah, I get its idea.
I will also use my cunning action to disengage and move backwards from both of them. I don't know, 20 feet.
Okay, great. So the hole is on sort of the dorsal surface of the abdomen. So you can go either further to the top of the abdomen, which will be relatively good footing, or you could go down the side, which is going to start to get a little bit precarious about slipping down.
Okay, well, I'll go to the non-precarious side.
Okay, great. So you're 20 feet away, so you're no longer in melee. Okay, the drow spider drider combination tried its fairy fire and that did not work, so it's just gonna carve up Astrid here, I think.
Astrid, kind of left Astrid there.
Yep. This thing has a long sword and it goes hack hack hack. Hacks at you with its long sword 3 times. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a miss.
I also
long
have
sword.
I'm also going to use Uncanny Dodge as a reaction.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you take 7 points of damage twice, halved to 3, so you take 6 points of damage from this long sword. It's Astrid. No. So I have you down to 27, Astrid.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, y'all are squishier than I realized.
So that's the Drider. I think it's just going to stay right there. And then the spiders, Gita, the one. Oh wait, no, the spiders go on their own initiative. Gita, your turn.
Gita is going to use this Zephyr Strike that she's still got going to give herself advantage on her first attack against the Drider, because I forgot that was a thing you could do with that spell.
Oh wow!
I can do it on I can do it on one attack, and it's going to be this first one. And I'm gonna do a sharpshooter or a crossbow expert one. So wait, no, that's
-5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, is that the? Yeah, I'm gonna do the sharpshooter where I take the -5, but I'm rolling with
yeah.
advantage, so hopefully it still hits.
Okay.
Okay, that's probably gonna hit. Well, I crit.
Oh, nice.
I rolled an 18 and a 20 on the dice.
Wow.
So I'm assuming that 23 hits with the crit,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
even with the -5. So that's. Do I roll double the dice damage, or how
Yes.
does? Okay.
Yep.
Do I also whenever I do that special
and
attack
only-
with Zephyr Strike, do I double that or just the weapon damage?
Yeah, double all the dice, but only add any pluses once.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so that's nice. Okay, I roll on my D6 and D8. I rolled a 6 and a 7 the first time,
Wow.
and a 5 and an 8 the second time.
Jesus. That's insane.
At +10 from the sharpshooter. So that one shot just blasts it for 36 points of damage.
Wow.
Holy shit!
And some of that was, I don't, if it matters, 15 points of that was force damage.
Okay.
It was
yeah.
20.
So you hit this thing with this bolt, and it just tears through it. Ichor goes spilling all over. The thing screams in pain and looks at you with rage in its eyes. It is coming for you.
Well, I would like to see it try, and I take another shot because I was. I'm just going to do a normal shot on this one, not a cross.
He is like, I'm just getting
not a
started.
sharpshooter shot. That's a 19 to hit.
That yes hits it.
Oh wait, that should have been a 39. I forgot to add the +3 at the end of that. Sorry. So that's 8 points of damage on the second shot.
Okay.
And then with the crossbow expert, I'll take my bonus action, use my bonus action to take another last shot, just normal
Okay.
shot, getting a 22 to hit
Wow.
for another 5 damage.
Yeah. All right. You just nail this thing, tearing into it.
And I'm
it's-
going to move away. Also, if it matters, my movement speed is increased by 30 feet on this turn specifically because I took that special Zephyr Strike attack. I
Okay,
don't think I
got
want
it.
to actually get that far away, but
Yeah.
I'm just going to move up on the not precarious side,
Okay.
kind of how Teresa did, but maybe a
Yep.
little away from. Actually, I'm going to run it. Can I get to Teresa where she's at?
Yes. Yeah, you can get.
Okay,
right
I'm just going to run up and stand over by Teresa and be like, "You got this, Astrid."
Okay.
We're so proud of you,
Um,
Astrid.
All right, this thing roars in pain, and you hear it commanding the spiders in its Elvish dialect to stop you. And as a reaction, the spiders, so commanded, are going to try to web you.
Uh-oh.
That one missed. That one missed. That one hits. You are glommed. So you get right next to Teresa, and then you're hit with this glob of webbing that is restraining you.
Ah!
Wow. That is wild. Oh, and then the giant spiders go. The giant spiders charge towards Gita on the Drider's commands. Okay, so restrained.
That's
Um,
not great for me.
Not a good one.
Attack rolls have advantage. You have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Okay, that is not good for you.
Yep.
All right. So Astrid, one of the spiders leaves your threat range. You get an opportunity attack on it.
Yeah, I'll strike at it with my rapier.
Okay.
No, not that die. Does a 12 hit?
It does not. It kind of scampers out of the way.
Come back here, you little
okay.
bastard!
Gita, 1, 2. What's Gita's armor class? Oh, I have advantage to hit. Right. Okay, that was miss. That one's a hit. That one's a hit. So Gita, these
it's fair given
spiders-
how much Gita just laid into them that they lay into her back.
These spiders cruise up and bite you. Go ahead and do a DC 11 con saving throw.
Okay, I got a 15.
Give me 2 of them.
Okay. First one was a 15. Oh no, the second one is 7.
Okay. All right. So you take 19 points of damage on the second one. And oh man, good thing you made that save. 15. So 15 plus 19, 34 points of damage.
Ow.
How's Gita looking?
Not good. Not good.
And give me 2 Constitution saving throws for your concentration.
All right. That one's fine. I passed. Wait, no. What's the DC on that? Because it
10.
would be. Well,
Just 10.
I think it's higher if it's 10 or half the damage, whichever's higher.
But they were separate attacks.
Oh, it's a separate attacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So the first one makes it. The second one is an 8.
Oh. All right. Zephyr
So
Strike.
Zephyr Strike is down.
Astrid. So there's no spiders around you right now. There's the Drider on the other side of the wood from you.
Well, this changes what I have planned. Because I'm guessing that I noticed that Gita just took a bad hit.
Yeah, they're all swarming Gita and just like and Gita's restrained by this web.
Okay. In that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use cunning action to disengage, run up, and attack the spiders that are going after Gita with green flame blade.
Ooh,
So
okay.
I hit one with a melee attack, and then if that succeeds, green fire goes out and attacks another one of these.
Oh, cool. Are you going to attack the same one that you've injured already, or one of the healthy ones?
Definitely going to hit the one that I'm definitely going to hit the one that I struck earlier with my rapier.
Yep.
And then the fire will go after another one.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Oh, and I'm going to get Puff to help me.
Great. Okay, you roll with advantage and then do your sneak attack.
I rolled 9s on both, so will a 16 hit?
16 hits these things, absolutely.
Okay. So, all right. So for the one that I struck, that's 6, 10, 11, 15, 15 piercing damage total.
Dead spider.
And the one that's the spider that is closest to that one, green fire leaps from my blade and then hits the one next to it for it's my spellcasting attack modifier, and this is on the wizard list, so I guess that would be intelligence. So 3 fire damage on that one.
3 fire damage. All right, it scorches the one that was that's on Gita. Okay, great. Any other actions? Okay, Teresa. So Teresa, you're right next. You guys are all kind of clustered around these 3 spiders now. Gita's stuck with webs.
What's it going to take for me to get Gita unstuck?
You could do a strength check, or you could attack the webbing.
I think I don't get a sneak attack on the webbing.
No.
What's the difference if I do one versus the other?
One of them you just have to hit and do some damage to, and then the other you have a DC 12 strength check.
Oh, I'll do the strength check.
Okay. It's a AC 10, 5 hit points to attack the webbing.
Okay. Ooh, 13 on the strength check.
That's enough. All right, you pull it off and relieve Gita.
Thank you.
And then I am going to disengage and move away from the spiders.
Okay. All right, great. You disengage and scurry away. That was Teresa Drider's turn. it is going to emerge from the hole, and you see, yeah, this thing is quite large, probably 10 feet tall, this huge spider abdomen, these 8 legs coming out of it, and then this elfin torso on top. It skitters across the outside of the hull towards Gita and attacks her twice with the longsword, and then bites. You are no longer restrained, so it does not have advantage, which is pretty clutch. Miss longsword, bite hits. Gita takes 11 points of damage as it then bites you, and you feel this poison coursing through your veins.
Ow!
Gita, your go.
Ow! How many spiders are around me right now?
2. Plus the Drider.
Okay. How bad is this Drider looking?
You have done a shocking amount of damage to this thing. It still looks like it's got some essence left, but you have severely wounded it.
Okay.
Another round like what you had last time, you might drop it.
Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be getting another round like last time. Given that she is about to keel over, I think she's going to... disengaging is my action, isn't it? Because I am not a rogue. Yeah, that is... Yeah, that would be my action to disengage. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna shoot it. I don't think she's gonna stand here.
Do what Gita does best. I mean,
yeah, Gita's just gonna unload on this thing. She's going for the big guy.
Awesome. All right, roll it.
For the first one, I'm gonna try a crossbow expert shot or a sharpshooter shot just to see.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take the -5 to hit on the first one. No.
Can I Can I get Puff to help Gita with the shot?
Puff helped you, so that was Puff's action. Yep.
Yeah. So that one missed. I'm just going to do a normal shot on this one.
Okay.
I don't think that one would have hit even without taking the -1 on it. I rolled really bad. Oh, that one. Nope. Nope. All right. Bonus action attack.
Nope.
Jeez. Okay. Well, that probably hits. That's a 21.
21 hits. Yep.
Okay. I rolled a 5 and an 8 on the first one.
Oh man.
Even with the +8. So I'm assuming 16 doesn't hit. Or well, that was the one I took the -5 on. So it wouldn't have mattered. Okay.
16 would not.
Okay, but the 21 hits for 6 damage.
All right. You nail it for 6 damage. Yeah, that thing is seriously injured. Giant spiders. Let's see. They're just gonna try to bite you, Gita.
Let's see it. Let's see if they can take down these last couple hit points.
Both miss.
Oh, thank goodness.
Woo!
Astrid.
I'm so low.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, for my spell action, I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke on one of these spiders.
Okay. What does that do?
I think that's a reaction.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll hold on to that. So I'll get Puff to help me make another rapier attack, green flame blade combo.
Okay. Are you going to attack the Drider or one of the giant spiders?
I'm going to. The Drider looks like it's about dead, right?
It's heavily injured, but this thing is a large monstrosity. It's got a ton of hit points to start with.
Okay, I'll attack one of the spiders.
Okay.
All right, so advantage and sneak attack. I rolled 7s on both, so a 14 will not hit the spider, will it?
A 14 will. That's just enough to hit the spider.
Oh, good. Really
I wouldn't
glad I
hit the
did.
big guy.
No, yeah,
Not enough for the big guy. Yeah.
I'm glad I did that then. Okay, so 1d8 and 3d6. Ooh, not bad. That's 14 plus 4, so 18 points of damage.
All right. You
On
stab
that
that
spider.
spider. It is dead.
And then 3 points of fire damage on the other spider. For green
I think
flame.
it's actually a D8 plusher thing at this level, Will.
Oh,
At fifth
green flame
level,
blade?
it bumps up from just spellcasting modifier to D8 plus spellcasting modifier.
Oh, nice.
oh.
And that hits the Drider as well, right? Because it's within 5 feet.
It's just one.
Oh, it's just one. Okay.
Okay, so that's I rolled a 1 on that damage.
All
So
right. Well, you know.
4 instead. It's 4 instead of 3.
Yeah.
Hey, that's still more.
Damage is damage.
Yep,
Damage is damage.
Exactly. Every little hit that
Okay.
helps. Okay, Teresa.
I am going to do a short bow attack on the Drider,
Great.
and I'm going to use steady aim for
they-
advantage.
Okay.
Oh, nice. I was going to ask if you get sneak attack since I'm engaged with it, but that wouldn't. It would give you sneak attack, but not advantage.
Well, it can give if advantage or another. I think I get both. If I
You
do
get both
steady
with the aim.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
I do steady aim and you're within 5 feet, I can do both. Fantastico.
Let's do it.
All right.
Gita needs all the help she can get right now. She was feeling really cocky after that big hit on the Drider and then just got walloped. Like,
Does
Give it our best.
Does 19 hit?
19 just hits. That's the Drider's armor
Whew.
class.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, we're going to do some sneak attack damage to it.
Oh, yeah.
9, 10, 16, 19 damage again. Oh, that was cool.
Wow.
woo!
All right. You nail this thing. That's a short bow?
Yes.
Yeah, you nail this thing with a short bow. It's kind of facing away from you, so it plunks into its back and it kind of arches up. It is heavily injured. It's definitely dragging. Okay, Drider. So it's going to take a disengage and crawl back into its hole.
Oh, gross.
Dirty coward!
Okay, Gita. So there's one spider right in front of you.
firing away, and she's gonna crossbow expert or gonna sharpshooter this one.
Okay.
So
great.
take the minus to hit. Getting, oh my gosh, nope. I rolled a 3 on the dice.
Aw.
So there's no way that it's okay. Second attack. I'm gonna try the sharpshooter one more time.
Might as well.
There we go. That one's gonna hit. Okay.
Great.
That's even with the -5, that's a 21 to hit.
Wow. Yeah.
So that takes max damage. 6 plus that takes 19 points of damage.
It is dead.
Can I see the Drider at all?
No, you cannot. Not from where you are. You could move up to the edge of the hole.
Hmm. I think Gita's gonna stay right there and just take a big sigh,
Okay.
and that's it.
All right. Giant spiders are dead. Astrid.
Astrid is going to creep up to the hole and see if it can see the Drider fleeing.
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Not my best skill. 15?
Yeah, it's just probably just 5 feet inside the hole, kind of crawling on some of the webs, trying to get behind some cover or get away from you guys.
Okay. I'm gonna get Puff to help me take a short bow shot at it.
Okay, great.
Oh no. 18 to hit.
Just missed it. The arrow hits its carapace and kind of careens off.
Damn it.
Teresa.
Teresa's gonna call down. Well, it probably can't understand us. It probably can't understand us. Okay. I guess I will also make a perception check to see if I can see it.
Okay, are you going to walk up to the edge of the hole then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
That is a 15 also.
Yes, yeah, it's like 5 feet away, running away from you.
All right. I am going to short bow it.
Okay,
That is an 18 on the die.
that's going to hit.
Yeah, plus whatever. That definitely is going to get it.
Yeah. Sadly, it's not a sneak attack.
Aw.
Yeah. They can't all be. That will do 5 piercing damage.
5 piercing. All right, you nail this thing, injuring it further. Is steady aim only if you take no movement then?
Yes, but I did not roll with advantage.
Right. No, I was just checking for myself for future
Oh, yeah.
reference.
If Astrid's within 5 feet of it, like within melee, then you can
Not
still
in
get
melee.
sneak attack.
It's
Okay.
5 feet away. Yeah.
Yeah, it was too far
Gotcha.
away.
Yeah. Astrid shot it.
And I guess there's no point in not yelling in. Teresa yells in like, yield, or we're coming. Yield and give us information, or we're coming after you.
in what language?
I guess I have common, deep speech, and draconic. Common seems the most likely. You think? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. On its turn, it crosses the room, opens the door, and goes through the door.
Son of a bitch.
It is no longer in your line of sight. And if you're going to try to chase after it, you're going to cross this room full of webs. Gita.
Gita is going to say, guys, I think I'm okay with a bit of a reprieve, and is going to cast Cure Wounds on herself
Okay. All right.
as
Roll
a
it.
first level spell.
Yep.
So that's not terrible. I rolled a 5 on the dice plus wisdom, I think. Charisma. What is her?
Wisdom.
I think wisdom. So 2. So that's 7 points
7
of healing.
So she's up to 14.
Yes.
Double
Whoa.
digits. That's good. Are you going to do any movement? You could move to get to the hole if you want.
She'll move over to where the group is at the hole.
Okay, great. Astrid, this thing's trying to get away. Who knows what it's going to do?
Oh, I can still see it?
No, you cannot see it, but if you ran into the room that's all covered in webs, if you took a cunning action dash, you could probably close the distance and still get to it.
Okay. I'll do that. And
You pass into the room and the webbing is really sticky. It's hard to move through. Like you're having to grab, your balance is offset. You have to put your hand down. You get web stuck on your hand. You're more or less covered in goo by the time you get to the other side of this room. Just webs all over the place. You go through the door and you see you're in a corridor now that looks like it stretches the length of the ship. There is a slant down to your right, and the Drider is heading down.
all right, I'm gonna get Puff to help me mark it. No,
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna steady aim.
Oh, you can't because
you
you
moved.
moved.
Oh, right. All right, Puff it is. All right, another short bow shot.
Okay.
The bow is not doing well today. That's a 13.
All right. Yeah, you hit it. It careens off its armor. It kind of looks over its shoulder and hisses at you. Teresa.
Teresa, having seen Astrid run in, will also run in.
Okay.
She will dash as a cunning action.
Great.
And will that put her with short bow range of this thing?
You're right behind the thing.
Right behind it?
5 feet away.
5 feet away. How close is Astrid? Also 5 feet away?
Right next to you, basically. So it's 5 feet away from the two of you.
Gosh. Okay. Okay, I am going to use luck to re-roll that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better. I'm going to hit it with a 25 with my short bow
Yeah, definitely.
and do some damage. That is a 5 plus 3, 8.
All right. You hit it in the back of the neck, and the thing kind of twitches. It takes another step, and then slowly it sinks to the ground. And the elven part of it just flops down onto the ground, and you see all of the energy drain out of it as the thing is fully dead.
Oh, Teresa makes a look of like complete revulsion.
Yeah, you're also covered in webs, like your
Ugh.
feet and hands.
Right.
Yeah.
Astrid's going to pat Teresa on the back and be like, nice shot, unknowingly getting more web on Teresa. And then struggling to pull
Hand.
her hand away from off of her shoulder.
Leaving like a trail of goo.
Yes,
It's
gross.
exactly. Oh, sorry.
I will search the gross body of this gross monster.
Kiddo.
Yeah, this creature has a longsword on it. It also has a longbow. And that's all that it has on it.
Ooh.
But it also had that web-filled room that you guys ran through.
Yeah, as they're like doing that, Gita's gonna climb down into this nasty goo room and just
Okay.
slog through it, taking a look. She's trying to like see what's in, like basically case this, like search
Okay.
this little room.
Yeah,
while
Teresa
they're
shouts an all
um,
clear
doing
to
that.
Gita.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you guys gonna go back into that room for now and kind of check it out? Okay.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good idea. So do we want to go? I'm going to go ahead and grab the longbow. Teresa, how are you with? How high is your attack bonus with? How high is your dex?
+3.
I'm +4. Do you mind if I keep this longbow?
It's all yours.
Sweet.
Gita is mostly not looking for stuff at this point. She's looking for other threats that might be hiding in this nasty goo room.
Okay.
Fair enough.
For the record,
you find some like smaller spiders, but they scatter away as you approach.
Okay.
Like regular size spiders.
Right, like regular sized spiders.
Gotcha.
I think a longbow is it says it's a martial ranged weapon, so I don't know if anybody has.
yeah, I don't know that. I think I might be the only one that
I
actually.
think
can
Gita has
use-
proficiency. Right.
Gita is the only one that might actually be able to use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which doesn't mean you can use it. You just don't get your
the-
proficiency bonus.
Yeah, you wouldn't get your proficiency bonus, but that's
Okay.
it.
Hey, Gita, you want that thing's longbow?
Sure. I'll keep it as a trophy.
Yes.
Go
Let that
Astrid. Astrid, go ahead and do Arcana for me,
Okay.
because Astrid's magical, right?
Yeah, but well,
Not today.
So she
not
claims.
today. Not today. She's
So
not
she,
that one.
so she claims, yeah.
That's a
Fun,
nap
okay.
fucking one.
All right, awesome. Who has a longsword?
Teresa's carrying it. I could do an
Teresa?
Arcana check.
Okay. Yeah.
A 3.
Okay, it's a longsword.
Look at this sweet longsword,
Okay.
guys.
As we're starting to check this place out, actually, I'll wait. Never mind.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, a couple of spiders kind of scatter away from you guys. I take it you're not trying to be that quiet based on Astrid yelling, "Hey, Gita, catch," and tossing it. So,
Yeah, I think surprise has been
At least in
sneaking
this room.
at least for now has been not the goal.
So you guys find a couple of bodies wrapped up in some spider webs that look like they were serving as a food source for these giant spiders in this strider. You find a kind of nest area, and kind of covered over with webs, you find a stack of some coins as well as some gems.
How much?
You get 50 gold pieces in coins, and then there's 2 bright red rubies.
Ooh. Astrid's gonna take the rubies and be like, "Here, I'll take one," and then hand the other one to Gita and be like, "That's for you. You've had a rough day. Normally, I would just take this."
Teresa like visibly withhold, like you can see that Teresa does not like that this has occurred, but is just like, that's fine. Let's just unevenly distribute wealth.
And
How much is a ruby worth?
Gita takes the coins from Astrid as well and like tosses them to Teresa. The like a little pouch of coins, or I assume, and gives them to Teresa.
Teresa looks appeased.
Okay, so yeah, Teresa add 50 gold pieces. Astrid and Gita write down 1 ruby. Yeah, otherwise, you don't know what the original function of this room was. It looks like it's been repurposed for this Strider's lair for some time.
Did the bodies that were wrapped up in spiderweb, are they like humanoid shaped or Nyogi shaped, or?
They are not Nyogi shaped. There's a couple of humanoid. There's one that's a little bit shorter, maybe like a dwarf or a gnome. It looks like they've been here for quite a long time. They're pretty advanced states of decomposition. You can do a medicine check if you want to try to identify more details. And then there's also a body of some creature that you don't recognize, maybe some kind of spacefaring something.
Gita wants to try and she'll try and go identify that mysterious thing to see if she can figure out what that is, the unknown space thing.
Go ahead and give me investigation.
14.
It is not humanoid. It doesn't have arms or legs or anything. It looks kind of long. Again, it's kind of decomposed at this point, but it's like this long, 4-foot long creature. It has a skeleton, maybe some kind of big fish.
Interesting.
Gita, do you need a minute to catch your breath?
Yeah, that would be great. I don't know how much time we want to hang out on this infested ship, but yeah, I could use a minute. If we can hang out, that would be awesome. I need a breather after that.
Teresa sits down and starts wiping down her short sword.
Okay. Are you guys going to close the door that goes out into the corridor?
Yes.
Seems like it'd be better to hear anything coming.
That's true.
It's not like the door's going to stop anything from coming in.
Yeah, keep watch out that door.
Yeah, let's leave it open and just like keep an eye on it.
Leave someone close by to slam it shut if we need to. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys going to take a short rest?
Yes, if possible, yes.
Okay.
Gita is
decide what hit dice you're going to use, and then roll them. Let me know what you get.
I only have so many D10s, so it's going to take.
Anybody else using any hit dice? Astrid?
Okay, remind me how healing during a short rest works.
You decide how many hit dice you want to use. You roll those and add your constitution, and that's the number of hit points you get back.
Okay, I already rolled 1, so that's 5 points. And I'll go ahead and use another one.
You're basically up to full with 5 hit points, right? Because I had you at 27, so that puts you up to 32 out of 33.
Oh, right.
I'm going to roll 1d8.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to do the math.
And that puts me back up at full.
Full. Okay. Okay, Gita.
I'm rolling most of my hit dice.
Oh wow.
I don't have enough d6s for this, so I'm having to roll some of them more than once. Okay, I'm gonna roll 5 out of 6 of my hit dice.
Wow.
Getting most all my health back. I'm at
Okay.
50 of 52.
Yeah,
I
that's pretty
rolled
good.
pretty darn
It's a
well
good
on my
recovery.
hit dice.
Yay.
But yeah, and I have 1 of my hit dice left.
Wow.
Ow. Gita needed that break really bad. She took an absolute beating.
Astrid's going to be like, why didn't you hang towards the back next time?
No. See,
Um,
if that had been you, you would be on the floor out there.
You
towards
you bring up
towards
a
the
great
end
point.
towards the end of your rest, you guys hear some like whispered conversation and some footfalls from outside the door and down the ramp where the Drider body was.
Can I roll perception to hear what they're saying?
Sure.
Can we tell what language it is?
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
Actually, I rolled a 4, but that totals to 7.
Okay. You really can't tell much about it except that they are getting closer. And are you guys going to have yourselves positioned anywhere particular in the room? You hear someone walking up towards the door from outside.
Is there like a cluster of webs that would function as cover?
There is like a variety of furniture that's been destroyed that you could definitely get at least +2 cover from.
Okay, then I'm going to get behind, like, I don't know, a desk or a chair or something.
Okay.
So I'm positioned toward the door and I can see what's coming.
Okay. Teresa, Gita.
Gita will be reasonably close to the door. Does the door open inwards to us or outwards to
Yes.
them?
Inwards to you.
Can Gita just be like behind the door?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Teresa's going to be a few steps away from the other side of the door, and she's
Uh-huh.
going to be poised with her short bow.
Okay, great.
Yeah, Gita's
Are you
behind the
guys
door
trying to
with
be,
the cross.
are you trying to be
hand
stealthy?
crossbow. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll yourself for me, please.
14.
16.
17.
Okay. So you guys are positioned.
Oh, actually, sorry,
on-
you know what? I flip up my hood. I'm going to roll with advantage because that was
Oh, okay.
terrible. Okay, that's
Oh, I'm gonna get-
actually...
I'm going to get Puff to help. Can I get Puff to help me on that?
What's Puff doing to help you hide here?
He is moving a small piece of decoration like a globe or something to better cover my face.
Okay.
Putting it on top of the desk that I'm
Like
I
stacking
arrived.
up things to hide behind.
Yes, exactly.
Advantage, I rolled a 24.
Wow. Okay. All right.
So,
Astrid.
so do I get another roll? Okay. Okay, that's way better. That's a 19.
Okay. You guys see a human enter the room. He's got a scimitar in one hand, and there's 2 more figures behind him. He walks in, and he reaches. He's looking around. He doesn't seem to spot you guys at all. And he's whispering something.
Can I, now that they've come into the room and like presumably passed right by Gita, can she hear what they're whispering?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. He's saying Canalus. He moves into the room. Another person with a scimitar comes behind him, and then a third figure that doesn't have any weapons, is dressed in this black robe, also walks in, and they're like looking around the room, and they are not spotting you guys at all. You are just ghosts in this whole thing.
He's like Tufts. Like,
They're all like the two humans have a scimitar. The guy in robes has robes. They're not like they don't seem to have any armor on them. So I mean they don't look particularly tough to you. Give me an insight check though, Astrid.
all right. 19. Flat.
Yeah, they seem to be, they seem to be together. They seem to be part of some kind of organization. Based on what they're wearing, you get the impression that there's like some kind of uniform. You think the guy that doesn't have a scimitar is probably in charge. And it looks like they're like looking around trying to see if there is anyone in here. You guess that they discovered the body of the Drider.
Do we let them go without having discovered us, or do we slam the door behind them and demand information? I favor the second,
Same.
Yeah,
as Teresa.
Gita's the one at the door. Sorry, she's probably the one making that call, I guess.
So what's the plan?
We're in a
You're
pretty
gonna
good.
slam the door?
Gita's gonna slam the door and hold the crossbow up to the person in the back that was not armed, in the one in
Okay.
robes.
Teresa
Okay.
also has her short bow readied.
And Astrid is also going to pop out and aim.
I neglected to mention that they do have a light source. They have a little glowing light that's kind of going along with them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is it like a magical light that's like floating or
Yes,
something?
exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, Teresa says, "Don't take another step."
Okay. Go ahead and give me intimidation, Teresa. Go roll with
Sure.
advantage because there's 3 of you.
Yeah, well, that one was good. That one was not good. 22.
Oh man. Okay. They freeze. The 2 guys with scimitars are just kind of looking around, and the guy with the robe, he looks like he has his hands half raised in a spellcasting gesture, and then is looking at you guys and running the numbers on this, and stops doing that.
How many more of you are there?
Many. 40, 50?
Insight,
Yeah.
lying liar. 17.
Yeah, the guy seems rattled. The guy in the robes seems to be the leader. He's definitely rattled. You don't get the impression that he's you don't know if he has an exact tally of the numbers of people, but his ballpark you think is probably pretty close.
Okay. You live here?
Yes. Who are you?
That your 8-legged friend back there?
Kenneless. Yes, he's our guard. Who are you?
Your guard sucks.
They kind of frown. Lolth will protect us.
Golf?
Who are you?
We're
What are you
asking the
doing here?
questions here.
Okay, I mean, with that 22 intimidation, they're like, yeah, that's right. Okay, you are. Well, what do you want?
Do we recognize that name that they said will protect them?
You can roll a history check, but I can't imagine.
Okay. Yeah, 14.
Okay. Yep. No, it's not familiar. The way he said it was, entreating. You guys know about like religion. Like there are, people worship gods and that sort of thing. They just don't give any particular power. But that's the way that you gather that this guy said that basically his imaginary friend is going to protect him.
Are we reasonably sure that those double doors on the underside would lead to the underhold based on like our understanding?
Intelligence spell jamming. Teresa.
22.
Yeah, you think that this ship, and actually you know a little bit about the deck schematics of a Death Spider. They have 4 decks The top deck that you're on right now is the crew deck. Then there's the middle deck, which is the main deck, which is the major cargo hold. That's also where the bridge is. Below that is the slave deck. And then on the bottom is the Orlop deck. So you think that those doors on the bottom probably align with the Orlop deck. And then the two sets of doors kind of in the middle probably align with the main deck. And then there was also a small little Sally door in the back of the thing that you think aligns with the slave deck.
Which one? Because Eloise had said that the crate we want is in the underhold.
Yeah, it's going to be in the Orlop deck.
Orlop deck. Okay.
Yep.
We're here for one thing and one thing only. Open the Orlop deck doors and no one has to get hurt.
Yeah, we'll let that intimidation ride. The guy kind of gives a sharp nod, says, yes, okay. We open them.
Anything we should know? Anything we should know about on our way down there?
Give me a persuasion check, Astrid.
Oh, that's not good.
Fairly vague.
The stairs squeak and
That is a 7.
The guy shrugs and says, no.
Teresa is going to use our crystal that we communicate with the
Yes.
Epiox with and say, tell us when the Orlop deck doors open.
Okay, she responds, she says, I'm heading there now.
Teresa keeps her weapon poised.
Are you gonna let this guy go and open them?
I mean, one of them can. What do you think? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
One of the scimitar guys can go open it. Not
Yeah.
Roby guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
keep
him
Roby
here.
guy here.
Okay, so what are you gonna tell him?
Please instruct your companion here to go open up the Orlop deck for us. Pretty please.
We get the sense that anything funny is going on, and you're going to get 2 bolts straight through the head.
Yeah, I mean, you've definitely intimidated this guy.
And will continue to do so.
All of you go ahead and roll an insight check on this scimitar dude.
14.
And
8.
Okay,
I have
great.
a-
Scimitar guy is gonna go open the Orlop deck doors.
Damn it, scimitar guy. Sneaky son of a bitch.
I have a +5 to that. I just rolled like trash.
I have no mod whatsoever. My
You don't have a
wisdom is flat.
modifier.
My wisdom is
I rolled
10.
a 3.
Okay, the robe guy basically tries to like engage in conversation. He says, "My name is Dalen. Who are you?"
Does that
No.
name mean anything to any of us?
No, just seems like a dude. Yeah, you guys get the impression that Dalen is in charge of these two guys, but doesn't seem to be the top dog.
Dalen, not that we want to be rude, but there's kind of a professional discretion thing going on here, so
How much time passes?
You guys wait probably like 10 minutes or so, and then you hear some footsteps coming back up the ramp. It sounds like there's a lot of people outside coming up the ramps.
And we haven't heard anything from Reseda.
Correct.
I'm gonna shoot the other scimitar guy in the head with my short bow.
Okay. He is full dead. You got him dead to rights. You hit him in the head. He collapses. Totally dead. Dalen is, like wide-eyed, like I told him to go open the doors.
Get those doors open, Dalen.
You guys hear a voice from outside. Yeah, go ahead, Gita.
I was gonna say, can Gita like grab hold of Dalen and like hostage style, like just grab him like
Oh,
as a
sure.
hostage?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. He's not resisting, especially seeing his buddy just totally axed right there. So he's like, oh.
Okay, Gita's gonna like haul him around so that we're both together facing the door that they're about to come through.
Facing the door. Okay, great. Yeah, nobody comes through the door, but you hear a voice emanating from it.
Wait. Head of disguise. I'm gonna turn into a scimitar guy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Are you behind me? Did he see that?
That's a damn good
Oh, thank
question,
God,
Sam.
you're okay. I thought you were dead.
Yeah, you guys hear a voice coming from somewhere down the hallway, saying, "You have some of my men. What do you want on my ship?"
Is there a name for this crate?
No, it was just a description that you got. About 4 feet wide, 2 feet high, 2 feet wide, made of metal. Has a various inscriptions on it, etc.
We're looking for a piece of cargo. Leave us free to search it, and Dalen stays alive. Intimidation on this guy?
Sure.
I'm gonna re-roll that with luck. That's better, but not great. 18.
Okay. There's a brief moment of silence on the other side, and then it starts up again and says, "I have no need for Dalen. Kill him if you must."
I'm gonna whisper to Dalen, "Wow, your boss is kind of a jackass."
You want to beg for your life, Dalen?
Dalen's like, the great Krell knows all."
Who's the great Krull, Dalen?
He points towards the door. "He's our Lord and Master. He teaches us law's bidding."
Mm.
Oh shit! It wasn't God.
Cultists.
It was a dude.
Yeah, cultists. Yeah, so now you guys have gotten the read of this. These are a bunch of fanatics. So yeah, what's the play?
Teresa's gonna radio back to Reseda and say, like, cancel that. Looks like we're gonna have to kill a bunch of guys.
Okay, she replies, she's like, okay, you do what you do best.
It's not really what I do best.
Definitely not what I do best.
Yeah, so letting the body rest there.
We could go back out on the hull so that when they come in, at least we're not in this room and we could get surprise on them. What do you guys think? And they'll be down in webs.
Ship. Leave my ship now.
Ooh, you know what I could do? I could.
We will sacrifice you to the great goddess.
I could disguise myself as Dalen, and then walk out of there and cast darkness on them.
We won't be able to see either, though.
Yeah.
It was a good idea while it lasted. What else could you do as Dalen? You could just totally be Dalen, but your voice wouldn't be right.
Astrid's pretty good at disguising.
And I have minor illusion, which, I've used to imitate voices before.
I mean, do you think Dalen could get down there and open the doors? I hate to let you go, Astrid.
Seems doubtful. Okay, so they're demanding we open the door, or they're demanding we just get off their ship. They don't really care about this guy. Like, do whatever to him. They don't really care. They're just not gonna let us through. And it sounds like there's an awful lot of people on the other side of that door.
How many does it sound like? Can we roll for that?
Give me a perception check, Teresa. Yeah, you heard the feet coming up the ramps.
17.
Mm, they're not like trampling around out there very much right now. Probably about a dozen would be your guess, maybe more.
And
6.
Not like
That
two or
vo-
three.
And that voice that was calling out, did it sound like another human? Did it sound?
No, it sounded like orc or something. It sounded like he had something in his mouth,
Gotcha.
like tusks.
What is our play?
Okay, how about this? How about I minor illusion the sound of the ship leaving from the so that they can hear it. You guys hide behind some furniture. I'll pretend to be Dalen and get them to come in, and then cast darkness, and then we'll run past them.
Seems a lot of things going on.
I mean, you could just open the door and cast darkness and we run past them.
Yeah.
It'll be dark. But then what's after the darkness? I don't know. We just go hide somewhere, I guess. Seems real risky.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we
Yeah,
just
the way I see it, we either fight our way through these people or like leave and try something else.
I don't see any other way onto this ship.
Okay, I have a question. Given the state of this ship, how feasible would it be for us to just go back to our ship, since this thing doesn't seem to be operable, and just like blow it to pieces and just scavenge the wreckage for this? Like, if we were to like sit back with our ship, would our ship be able to just like pick this thing apart?
Yeah, it certainly could. It would take some time. It's not the most efficient thing on multiple levels. One, is going to take a long time to destroy. Two, it's going to take forever to search that wreckage.
Yeah,
and
scavenging
Eloise,
for the
Eloise
chest.
mentioned that this thing was spotted. Creighton is still alive. Like, he's a Neogi somewhere out there in the world. So, like if he gets word of it, then he might come. So you don't have an infinite amount of time, probably.
Gotcha.
You don't know how much time you have, but if word of Creighton's jewel has gotten out there, you guys might not be the only ones who know it.
Gotcha.
I mean, I think our best bet might be to cast darkness and run past these guys.
Sure.
It sounds
Okay,
like a
sorry.
terrible plan, but I don't see an alternative.
All right, I'll disguise myself as Dalen, and like
I
walk
whisper,
toward the-
"Sorry, pal," and just.
Oh no, Dalen!
We can't have two of them.
Dalen!
And just put him in the corner.
Jesus.
Just sit there, Dalen. It's gonna be okay.
We can't have two of them.
Incredible.
I should have just stayed a scimitar guy.
Teresa, who is like clearly like pretty phlegmatic about murdering people, like kind of like gives Gita a look like, wow, straight up murdered Dalen.
All right, so I'm gonna walk.
He was an evil cultist. He had it coming. Okay,
Yeah, and
Astrid,
just deposits him in a corner.
okay, so you're gonna conceal yourself as Dalen.
Yes, and then
And
I'm gonna minor illusion Dalen's voice and be like,
Okay.
"They're gone."
Okay, and then are you gonna walk out or?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Do I want to walk towards the? Do I want to walk?
Or if you could get them in here, they'd be on
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
bad terrain in
That's
the dark.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, can we take up positions now that there's no witnesses to give our location away? Can we take up like hiding positions?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to be able to head out the door, you can probably position yourselves like pretty near the door, like behind, some webbing or something to hide behind, and then bolt past them.
Yeah, I think
Right.
we'll do that.
All right, then I'm gonna minor illusion Dalen's voice and say, They're gone, but they left behind some of their dead. What was the driver's name again?
I don't know if you picked it up.
Yeah, Calumet, Castellan. I remember you said it.
Yeah.
You can just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Some of them did not survive some of them did not survive coming onto your ship.
All right, go ahead and roll deception, Astrid.
23.
Okay. All right. So a couple of cultists walk in, scimitar wielding cultists. A couple of robed guys walk in as well. And then Astrid, you see this half orc in this kind of brown robe, and there's lights all over the place now. These people have lights all over. Walk in, and he looks down at you, and are you gonna at what point are you gonna trigger the darkness?
Okay. So how many are in the room? Right now?
There's like 5 in the room right now. There's like 3
Okay.
scimitar guys and 1 robe guy.
Okay.
Convince the rest of them to come in the room.
Are they approaching? Are they approaching me?
They're like walking all over. Krell, the half orc, is walking up to you.
Okay. I'm going to wait until I'm going to like move back around the a little bit towards the back of the room and kind of gesture and look around, inviting everyone to kind of look around.
Okay, what are you wanting to have? Krell's like walking up to you pissed, basically. He's like, "You allowed yourself to be captured. He's gonna like reach out and pick you up and lift you, unless you do something.
Okay. And I can clearly tell that, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's angry. He looks like he's gonna attack.
Okay, then right before he gets up to me, I'm gonna cast darkness.
Okay, give me another deception check because you start casting a spell.
Oh.
Okay, 16.
Okay. Gita, Teresa, you guys see Astrid starting to cast the spell. You know there's some more people out in the hall. Astrid, where are you going to drop this ball of darkness? It's 20-foot radius, right?
Uh-huh. I'm going to just
Here, let me show you. I'll share the crew deck map here.
okay, thank you. Yeah, that makes
So each of these is 10 feet.
Gotcha. Okay.
And where are we at right now?
You guys are in number 1, sorry. So Gita and Teresa are right by the door, and then Astrid, you said you were backing up, so you're kind of here-ish.
Okay. So I'm right by the door, aren't I?
No, you're right by the hole.
Oh, the hole. Okay. Then I'm going to cast it. There we go. All right, I'm going to cast it to a little bit to the left of where you just indicated, and then run around to the right towards the door.
Okay, so yeah, so let's say this is our sphere of darkness. Where do you want this, more or less? Do you want the door included or not?
I don't want the door included. I
You
want.
don't want the door.
Yeah.
You just want to drop it on the people that are in the room?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, easily done.
Okay. Great.
Okay, and then you're going to try to maneuver around. Okay, so yeah, Gita and Teresa, you guys are momentarily in the darkness, but you're right by the door, so you head through the door.
Yep.
Astrid, you book it around Krell. So you guys all get out of the door, and then you see this situation. There's a hallway with doors on either side. There's a ramp right by you. There's a ramp on the other side of the hall, and there's about 8 surprised cultists right on the ramp here, and then there's a bunch of cultists, maybe another 5 or so down the corridor here.
How close together are the ones on the ramp?
They're like they're kind of in line, basically. Let's go ahead and roll initiative, at least for determining action, even if you guys don't end up throwing down.
That wasn't too great. That wasn't too good.
That advantage, I
Okay.
tell you what.
All right, to no one's surprise, Gita, what's your plan here?
Are these people on the ramp like obstructing our path?
They are not.
Okay. And are they armed?
Yeah, it's more of these cultist guys. Some of them have scimitars, some of them don't.
Okay. So I'm thinking of casting a spell. I'm trying to figure out how many people I could hit with it. It's a spell that hits one creature and every creature within 5 feet of it.
You get it 3.
3 of the, how many are on this ramp? Like 8?
8 on the ramp, yep.
Okay. Gita's gonna cast Hail of Thorns and as a bonus action.
Okay.
And take a shot in the middle of that group so that she can hit several of them.
Got it. Okay, sure. You gonna aim for a scimitar guy or a robe guy?
Do the robe guys appear to be like magic users, or are they just?
You haven't seen them do anything. I think
Dalen looked like he was going to try and cast a spell earlier.
That's right. Dalen did look like he was. Yeah, you haven't seen them cast, but it looked like they know how.
Okay. Gita will aim for one of the magic casters, or one of the robe people, not knowing if they can cast magic, but not wanting to find out the hard way.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Go ahead and roll it.
So I'm just going to roll normal attacks to hit. That's a 12 to hit.
On the fanatic
on the
here?
robe guy.
That does not hit.
Okay. And a 16 to hit.
16 does.
Okay. So that's that will deal 4 points of damage plus and then that creature and the other ones around it need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, what's the DC?
13.
Okay, one of the guys next to him made it.
Okay, the successful one, they take half damage on this. It deals an extra 9 points of piercing damage as thorns like fly out in all directions from the arrow.
Jesus. Okay.
So the original target takes 9 extra damage. The one that failed takes 9 extra damage, and the other one takes half.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, robe guy takes a fair amount of damage. He is still up. One of the scimitar guys next to him drops. The other scimitar guy took half of that damage. He is injured but still up.
Okay.
And then any movement?
She'll run right up.
You hear the people in the room yelling as well.
Yeah, she's gonna just start booking it
Okay.
down the ramp.
Okay, just running. Yeah, so the ramp's wide enough that you don't. Well, let's see. The ramp is wide enough. There are quite a few people clustered on it. I think I'm going to need an acrobatics check to minimize your risk of provoking an opportunity attack here.
13.
Okay. One of them gets a swing on you and misses. So you make it down to the bottom of the ramp onto the main deck. Teresa.
Based on my knowledge of Spelljammer ships, if Reseda were to fire our weapons at the hole that we just came through, how far would the damage spread?
That's a good question. I mean, it would be a very effective. Well, okay, let me think about this. So the weapons on ships are not designed for anti-personnel. If you hit a ship, I basically would treat it as a crew loss crisis. And they would have the potential, they would have to have like a constitution saving throw or have some significant damage taken.
How far in, okay, let's say we held the door to this room. Would we be at risk of taking damage, do you think?
Yeah, it's absolutely plausible.
Lizzie, something that I just looked up. An effect of thaumaturgy is that I can magically close or open a window or door.
Yes. Yes. Keep closing that door every time it opens. And Teresa is going to radio to Reseda as fast as you can. Blast the shit out of the hole we went in through.
Okay, she's still on the undercarriage because that was the last instructions you guys gave, was to look at those doors, I believe. Is that true?
I think we had, well, I think Teresa had radioed and said negative on that. We're going to have other issues.
Yes.
So she
So it
may not
depends how
still be there,
Reseda
but I don't know how
interpreted
close. Yeah. We didn't tell her to come back, but we told her
Right.
negative on checking the bottom door.
She's pretty bright. I think actually she's probably going to hang out down there because it's kind of the blind spot as well. It's a good place for a ship to stay hidden. But she says, "Roger that. I'll head up." And so she's going to act on Teresa's turn. Okay, that was just an object interaction. If you want to take an action or movement.
Okay, so there's those 5 people down the hall, and there's how many people left on the causeway?
7.
7. Okay, I will run past those 7.
Okay, give me acrobatics.
Oh, that's lame. 15.
15. Okay, only one of them gets to swing at you, and let's see. So now class is only 15. One of the scimitar guys hits you
He does half
4.
damage.
For 4 halved to 2. Okay, bad guys go. Well, let's see. What are they gonna do? They're gonna act like bad guys. Okay, you hear shouting in the room. It sounds like Krell is trying to organize his guys in there, and it seems like they don't know that you have run out yet. The guys, so you just ran past, and then Astrid's still at the top of the ramp. Okay, so the guys on the ramp are going to form basically a barrier, Astrid. So if you move through them, you're going to provoke all those opportunity attacks. So you can't just kind of run past them like Teresa and Gita did. One of them casts a spell. Gita, give me a Constitution saving throw, please. DC 11 on this.
5. No, yeah, 5.
5.
I rolled a
sorry,
2.
This is a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Probably don't have a +9, so that's
No,
all right.
I have a +4, so it's a 6.
Okay.
Well then.
Yeah, Gita, you got onto the main deck, and you are frozen in place. You have been
God
held
damn it.
by one of these cultist guys. Teresa, same thing. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Jesus.
I only have 1 point of luck left. Natural 20.
Hey.
Wow.
Yay!
Nice.
You are immune to hold person for the rest of this adventure. Amazing. Okay, and then yeah, so these scimitar guys are between you, Astrid. Astrid, your go.
I still look like Dalen, don't I?
Oh yeah.
So you could really just sort of stand in that hallway and keep closing the door. If you felt so inclined.
Yeah, you look like Dalen. I totally forgot. So they don't even worry about you. They're just totally fixated on Teresa and Gita.
So are they still blocking my way?
They are, but you can move through them without provoking opportunity attacks because they don't interpret you as a threat.
And that is exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just
Just meander
Going
through
to
them.
move through them, and I'm going to wave my hands around like I'm making a spell to attack them.
Right, awesome.
There's nothing I can do to help Gita, is there?
I don't think so. Go ahead and give me a deception then, Astrid.
Okay. 17.
Okay, yeah. They just are like, oh good, Dalen's finally joining the fight. So you can move all the way down the ramp if you want to bonus action. Okay, so at the bottom of the ramp where Astrid or where Gita and Teresa are, the ramp opens up into the main level of the hold. And let me show you guys kind of what that looks like. Okay, so you've come down the ramp here-ish, and you look out into the main hold. There's this huge huge open space. It's not empty. There's crates and boxes all over the place. You also notice some some webs, not as heavy as in that room, but just kind of like all over. It looks like they just like let spiders run amok and encourage them to make webs. There's this tunnel or this corridor right here. Teresa, you think that the bridge is in that direction, further down this this hallway, and then the ramp continues down. So if you wanted to, Astrid, you could continue to move down that next ramp to go down one more layer. Or you could hang here with Teresa and Gita.
This is tough. Okay, so what is Gita's status being held? What does that actually
He's
mean?
just frozen, just completely
frozen.
You've never seen this spell before, so you have no idea what is happening.
Okay. I'm going to.
You could pick her up, I suppose, if you wanted to. I don't know what Astrid's strength is, but
Also not great. I have an 8.
I can pick Gita up, whereas you still look like Dalen, which is highly valuable to us at this point.
good point.
Yes. Okay. Then I'll continue to. Then I'll continue to be appearing to be trying to hex Gita, and I'll whisper to Teresa, grab her.
Okay. Are you going to continue to? Are you going to go down to the next level then?
No, because I want to keep eyes off of me. From is anybody looking at me from the hall?
Like the bad guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that you guys are all clustered together now at the bottom of this ramp. They're all looking down at you.
Okay.
And if you like kept going down, you'd be out of their line of sight if you keep going around down the stairs.
That is correct.
Or down the
Yep.
ramp.
Okay. Then I guess I'll duck around,
Okay.
and I'll duck around to the other side of the door, hit the wall, and then change my disguise to a scimitar guy.
Oh,
so
okay.
so if they come down, they're going to be looking for Dalen instead of me.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Back to the top. Gita, you can't take an action. Go ahead and give me another wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn.
Nope.
Can Puff
That was-
try to nudge Gita awake or out of this?
I don't think you can aid on a saving throw.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, that was a solid 5.
Yeah.
Ooh, you
Not
stuck.
gonna help it. Let me double check on this help action. Advantage on the next ability check.
Yeah.
so
Saving
not a
throws are
saving
not
throw.
ability checks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gita, you are still frozen. Teresa.
Teresa is going to grab Gita and start dragging her down this stupid ramp, and she's gonna She's, well, no, I guess Astrid already ran away. She's just going to keep dragging Gita down this stupid ramp.
Okay. So you can either drag Gita at half speed, or you can try to lift Gita with an athletics strength check and move at normal speed.
I'll give that a shot. And then does my cunning action help at all to improve my speed?
Exactly.
Okay. 14 athletics.
14. Okay. You're not able to pick Gita up, and actually you kind of stumble a little bit going down, but you manage to cunning action down another level to the slave deck. So you pass by Astrid, right? Because Astrid, you did not go down to the next level. You just went around the corner and changed your disguise.
Yeah, because I was waiting for the others.
Right. Okay, so Teresa, you and Gita get down to the bottom of this ramp, and that's where you're at. You're on the slave deck. You see a ton of doors on one side, and at the end of the hall, you see another set of ramps, one going up and one going down. You're guessing, Teresa, that one going down is going to be the Orlop deck.
She will make for the Orlop deck. And she makes
Okay.
a comment that Gita can probably hear even while held about the amount that Gita eats and the amount that she now weighs. A good-natured comment about maybe what we'll eat in the future.
So she can still, Gita can still talk, I think, right? She's paralyzed, but
I think
Oh,
it's,
wait, no,
I
she
think it's
can't
more,
speak. No,
I
she
think it's
can't
more
speak.
fun for her to not talk.
yeah, no, actually, no, I just looked and she actually can't speak. So she's just like,
It's more fun if you say nothing, Gita.
Can Gita roll her
she's
eyes?
just like, she's just angrily like making like grunting noises because that's about the extent that she can get out. You're just hearing like,
Okay, Astrid, you don't really know what the bad guys are doing because they're on the other side of this wall. They're doing something. You hear footsteps running around. Astrid, your go.
I'm just gonna tear off after the others. I'm gonna use cunning action to try and get down there before anybody comes down onto the slave deck. To dash.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. You get to the slave deck, and you can. I mean, they're going pretty slow. You could, if you wanted to help Teresa, you could help Teresa with lifting Gita.
Sure, I'll try.
Okay.
Wait,
Well,
wait, wait.
Just give her the help action.
Puff can help on this one. Yes.
Okay.
Puff can.
How's
Puff
your
can
pseudo
like.
dragon?
Puff can grab onto Gita's shoulders and just like flap his wings as hard as he can to help get some extra pounds off the ground.
This poor like 10-pound pseudo dragon trying to lift Gita.
Teresa looks at Puff
Okay.
and is like, am I wrong?
Okay, back to the top. Gita, go ahead and roll your wisdom save.
that one's better, but it's still an 11.
Oh, let's see.
I've rolled a 6, a 5, and an 11.
Oh,
The
man.
next one's gonna
actually,
be
no,
a,
that's
16.
just enough.
I was about to say, isn't that the DC?
Yep.
She's like, get on, I got it. It's fine. And she like,
Oh my god.
I eat my fair share.
I'll say you do.
And
Okay, you guys run the length of the slave deck. You find the next ramp going down. As you hit that deck, or you hit that ramp, Teresa, you get a communication from Reseda. She says, hey guys, I don't know what all is going on out there. I want to let you know I've got some ships coming in on scans. It looks like 3 mind spiders.
Did you blast?
Well, I started heading up there, and then I spotted this. So I decided to delay that, and I went back down under the ship.
Okay,
I think we want her to stay there.
hold position there. We're getting there as fast as we can.
Great. Okay, you guys go down this last ramp to the Orlop deck. The Orlop deck is not very big. It's got a partition halfway along it, and then also a wall. Frankly, there's not a whole lot down here. Like there's some crates and barrels and whatnot. Probably some water stores. You don't spot you don't spot an ornate magical chest.
Okay. Gita is going to cast Detect Magic to
Good
see if
idea.
she can use that to locate the aura of whatever this chest is.
So, Detect Magic, I've been reading it in more detail. It basically just tells you if there is magic within 30 feet. And so the presence of magic within 30 feet of you, I would say if you have eyes on the object, then you see, that faint aura. So you do know that there is magic within 30 feet of you, but you also know that you guys have a variety of magic items that might ping that detect magic.
Yeah. But I'm not seeing any auras like yet because we haven't laid eyes on the object.
Exactly.
Okay. So should we just start smashing crates? What's the plan here? They're going to be down here any second.
Most of the crates are either already smashed, they're already open, or they're too small for the chest as described.
Eric, you said there's a partition.
Yes.
Can we go behind there and have Gita cast Pass Without Trace?
Sure.
I mean, we just need to get out of here. We don't have time to delay. We just got to get this thing and go. Can we see the door that we were trying to get in earlier?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Yeah, there's also the double door. You see that there is a bar across it. You also see that it's pretty well rusted, but you think you might be able to get it open nonetheless.
Okay,
We need to get that door open.
All right, Mage Hand, Ledger Demon. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get it to where we'll be able to open it when we're ready.
Got it. Okay, go ahead and roll your Dexterity Thieves Tools.
That's let's see, +4 and 3. That is 11.
Okay. Again, you'll get it eventually. It's just a question of how much time. So, Teresa and Gita, what are you guys doing while Astrid's working on the door?
We're gonna have to sneak back up through the ship and find that crate.
Yeah. So is there any place that crate could conceivably be hiding down here, or does it look like there's just no?
Well, there's like pacing out the level, you realize that there is like a wooden closet or some kind of space that you don't see any access to.
So it's like a closet, but with no door or something.
Exactly. Yeah, like you're turning the corner and you're like, well, why is there a wall here? There shouldn't be a wall here. There should just be more storage.
We'll search for a hidden door.
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation with advantage, Teresa.
$16.
Yeah, you eventually find a panel that looks like it pushes in. You push it in and open it up. And in here, so this is the Orlop deck. In this little closet area, you see an area on the floor in the impression of the dust that is about 4 feet long and about 2 feet wide, that fits the dimensions of the chest, but it is not here right now.
Is there
Looks
any
like-
dust in that space? Like how recently was it moved?
Yeah, give me investigation or perception.
Natural 20, which is a
Oh,
23 for perception.
Wow. You think that it was probably moved relatively recently, maybe within the past week.
Okay.
Astrid, you finally get the door to a point where you can open it relatively easily. If you want to lift the bar off so it could also be opened from the outside, you could rig it up that way as well.
That, please.
Okay, so you guys can get the Orlop cargo doors open inside or outside.
That's a plus. All right, so so after I'm done with that, I'm gonna run over to where Teresa and Gita are and be like, okay, we can get the door. Okay, we can open the door from here, and Rosita and Milana can open it from out there. Did you find the chest?
We found where it used to be.
Crap.
You guys hear some yelling coming from up the ramp, and you hear some footsteps on the deck above you. It sounds like the cultists are kind of running around.
Maybe Astrid could misdirect them, and we could search the deck above us.
Okay.
Could we like hide behind some of the crates in here?
Yeah, you guys, if you wanted to hide if they come down to this level, would be no problem.
Actually, can we? Why don't we open the door so it looks like we went out, we jumped out, and then hide?
And
What
then
about that?
Astrid can tell them
That we jumped.
that we jumped.
Yeah, let's do that. If they come
Okay,
down here.
Gita, go ahead and give me a deception check with advantage. Bringing up the open door here.
Deception 22.
Okay, great. So you and Teresa hide. Astrid, you're going to look like a scimitar guy.
Yeah, that's my current disguise.
Okay, great. Yeah, you wait. Eventually, a group of 5 scimitar guys and 2 robed guys come down, and they look around and they're like, "What happened?"
They escaped. They took off on their vessel.
Oh, go ahead and give me a deception check, Astrid.
Yeah, 16.
Okay. Okay. One of the robed guys nods and says, "I will go tell Krell. He will be pleased."
Salute.
They turn around and basically expect you to come back up with them.
Okay, I follow along behind slowly.
Okay. Okay. Is your cat having trouble?
I'm just
Lizzie?
like, I look over there and she's like doing the thing where she's trying to look comfortable on like one of the tilted beds and then getting up and then going to another bed. It's really sad.
Aw. Okay, so Gita, Teresa, you guys see Astrid go up with the rest of the goons. Teresa, you get communicate from Rosita. She says, "I see the doors down here open. 2 of the mine spiders have approached, and they have disgorged some Neogi that are wandering around out on the hull right now."
Have they seen you yet?
No, we're invisible.
We know we're still looking for the crate, but I'll keep you updated. Let us know if they see you, and we will book our way out of here and jam.
Yeah, great. They, I mean, if they start crawling around on the inside of the ship, they make things harder on you.
Understandably so.
Great.
All right, Gita, let's find this crate.
All right.
Okay, Astrid, you're going to go up to the next to the slave deck with them. Are you going to just keep following them back up to report to Krell, or what's the plan?
If they, yeah, I'll go up and I'll report to Krell, and then as soon as it looks like I can slink away, I will.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Natural 20. For a total of 30.
You
Nice.
just jaunt behind a corner as the rest of the troop heads up, and yeah, it sounds like the general alarm that had been called is off. You guys are on the slave deck. You don't see any cultists here. I'll bring up the map again so you can get a look at what what it looks like. So that's what you're faced with. You guys are at the top of the ramp here. So what's the plan? You got a bunch of doors. You got ramps going up at the end of the corridor and right next to you.
So we're all together again, right?
You're all together, yeah.
And what was the deck above us?
The deck above you is the main deck. That's where the big cargo hold is, as well as the bridge.
I think that's where we need to search. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it is.
I wonder if they're worshiping something in that crate. God damn it. Okay.
Is there anything, given that these seem like very culty, is there anything that looks shrine-like?
Yeah.
You guys didn't look around the like main hold or anything. You were just like bottom of the ramp down in the next ramp. So
Gotcha.
you just glancing around, you didn't spot anything. But
Okay.
there was a lot of the ship that was out of sight from you.
Gotcha.
I am pretty super stealthy. I could survey the main deck, and if Astrid still looks like scimitar guy, she could kind of cover me, but I don't know what Gita would do.
Gita can also cast Disguise Self.
Oh, well, that would be helpful. Do you
Um,
guys want to disguise yourselves and search this deck, and I can go survey the main deck, or we could do swapsies, and I can search this deck, and you guys can disguise yourselves and search the main deck.
I'd say
Hang on a
probably
second.
better for the one.
Did Teresa and Gita tell Astrid that the Neogi are on board?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Be like,
you're on the outside.
oh, they're on the outside.
They're on the outside of the ship. They may be heading in soon.
Okay.
Okay. So, I think, Teresa, I think you should search this deck. It's probably better for us to be, the deck above seems much harder to get around. So maybe we in disguise can go search that deck.
Got it.
Yeah, I agree with Gita.
So Gita's going to use her last first level spell slot to cast Disguise Self.
Okay, cool.
And she's
What's
going to
the
disguise
duration
as 1 hour.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And she's going to appear also like a scimitar guy.
Okay, great.
Just to throw suspicion off of myself so that they don't like come looking for me again, I'm going to switch my disguise to a rogue guy.
Okay, got it. Okay, and so Teresa's gonna sneak around the slave deck. Astrid and Gita are gonna go up to the main deck and snoop around there.
We're gonna walk around, like kind of head around there as though we're just kind of nonchalantly moving about the deck as like a regular person would, a regular one of these cultists would.
Yep.
Okay.
We just happen to be looking for that thing.
We're just looking for
Natural-
something. We
Natural
lost something.
as.
Excellent. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our deception, Gita and Astrid, and stealth, Teresa.
All right. And Teresa flips up her hood, so she rolls with advantage, and anyone else has disadvantage on perception against her.
That is yet another 16 for deception.
Okay.
Likewise.
24 for stealth.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Amazing.
It's my thing.
It is your thing.
Okay, so I'll go back and forth. So Teresa, where are you gonna start?
I guess I'll start with those big rooms. The like 3, 4. Yeah, 2,
These
3,
guys?
4. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Kind of just skulk from one to the next.
Okay, and then Astrid and Gita, you guys get up to the main deck. So the main hold here, there is in fact a shrine basically set up here. There's a raised wooden dais. In the middle of that is a chair, like a large metal chair. Seated on the chair is like a stone shape of a woman. that has very like spider-like kind of appearance. Like her hands are kind of like spider claws. She looks like an elf. She has this kind of cruel expression. There are also some stone statues of spiders flanking the shrine. You see Krell, the half-orc leader. He's kind of here with a bunch of his goons. There are goons kind of crawling all over the place. There are also these two rooms that you see, and then there's the whole front where Teresa told you the bridge is.
Does
Where
it
are you
look
guys
like
gonna
they're
go?
doing some kind of ceremony or something? Or are they just kind of milling about?
They're not actively doing a ceremony. It looks like they're basically like giving thanks to this creature for removing you from the ship.
Sure. And you said this is the main level. It's also the main cargo level. Is there like cargo
Exactly.
stacked up anywhere?
There's cargo all over the place. There's crates, there's buckets, there's barrels. Again, none of them large enough to contain the chest that you're looking for.
Okay. And we just kind of we do like a little walk around of the room and don't spot anything big enough to contain that.
Exactly.
Okay. And are either of the rooms up top, either one of those would be big enough to potentially hold?
Absolutely, yeah. Any room is going to be big enough for the chest.
Okay.
All right. Well, then why don't we go to 11 and
Okay.
like nonchalantly kind of make our way toward that door and open it.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, Teresa on the slave deck. Those larger rooms, one of them is sick bay. You open it up and it looks like there are a couple of like hospital cots. There are a variety of surgical implements in here. You spot some like herbs, some containers of leeches. They're long dead, those kinds of things.
Do I see any crate-like objects?
No crate-like objects in the sick bay.
Do I see anything awesome?
Do you want to spend a little bit of time to look for awesome stuff?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm going to move on to the next room, but I'm going to leave
yeah.
the door to this room at a very specific angle.
Okay.
In the
got it.
hopes that if Astrid and Gita come down to look for me, it'll be really obvious which rooms I've already been in.
Got it. Okay. And then the room next door to it, it looks like just mostly like a big open room. You think that maybe they use this for like a recreation, like playing sports and whatnot.
Okay.
Main hold going into to that room. This looks like basic, more storage. It looks like more organized storage. Like shelves with like smaller containers on those shelves, but you do not spot anything large in this room.
All right. Moving on.
Yes, so that was Astrid and Gita. That's what you guys found on main deck. So on slave deck, Teresa. So that's 3 and 4 that you've looked at. Where are you going next?
I'll go to 2.
2? Okay. And then on the main deck, you guys, so 11 is storage. What's the next step?
Move on.
We didn't see anything in 11 that looked plausible.
No, it's all small storage shelves, that kind of thing.
Okay,
Right.
we'll head over to 10.
Okay.
Just nonchalant. We totally belong here.
Just looking for a place to make out.
Hewton calls.
Okay, Teresa, you open the door amazingly quietly. What was your stealth? 20 something?
24.
24.
24. Okay. You look in. It looks like this is the ship's galley. You see that there are a couple of cultists in here. Looks like they're having some kind of meal. They're just having snacks.
Probably doesn't look like a place where there would be a crate.
You don't like just opening the crack open. You don't spot one.
I'm just gonna close it.
Okay. Okay. Up on the main deck, you guys enter this room. It's relatively small. The door opens. You see that the webs that are kind of ever present are much more dense in this room. It makes it really hard to kind of make out anything. Anything could be in there.
Gita is going to take out a dagger and just, or take out a dagger as though it's like the scimitar, and just kind of like trying to not look too suspicious, try and like cut away some of the things while keeping an eye, like cut and like keeping an eye on them, so that see if anybody turns around, she's gonna like pretend like she wasn't just cutting down all the webs.
Okay. Are you gonna like move into the room, or just like from the door?
Yeah.
Just like
if she can move into the room without getting completely caught up in the webs, then yes.
Okay. Yeah. Astrid, what are you gonna do?
Same thing.
Okay.
If there's enough room for both of us in there, then yeah, I'll just move in there, and I have a dagger too, and I'll just start cutting away at the webs too.
Okay, great. Roll initiative for me.
Uh-oh.
Roll what?
Roll initiative. Go ahead and everybody roll initiative, and then let's take a little break here.
Cool.
23.
Oh, that's so
Chat
good.
for me.
I crit my initiative for 25.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Samesies, I rolled a 19.
Wow. Okay, great. You guys move into the room, and a swarm of tiny spiders pour out of the webs to attack you. Let's take a bathroom break, and we'll come back.
Perfect.
She looks somewhat happy. She's like, queen of this territory is more taxing than it looks.
Tiniest little party spot. At 8, we can order total and pick it up.
I can.
We can?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm gonna get a quesadilla. Oh, really? Was it good? Oh.
Oh, you ridiculous cat, Lizzie.
She's so stupid.
One of ours will sit like head down on our chest, like when we're sitting in our chair, and it's like that can't possibly be comfortable.
We know you're not happy like that. I was showing Eric the pictures of our idiot cat.
Perfect. Oh, I see them in chat here. Oh, is that where the cat's trying to like stay on the slopes thing?
And she lay there like that for about 10 minutes, like, I like this. I can sleep here. This is fine. Also, don't laugh at the amount of cat beds I have for my one cat.
No judgment.
Does
And
Ella
my
have
cat,
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
so Ella refuses to use cat beds. I had a cat bed and she would never get in it. And I had a different one and she would never get in it. But what she loves is a folded up blanket. So right here, you see that gray blanket in the floor. Hold on a second. It is a folded up blanket, but under the first layer is a heating pad.
Ooh, nice. That's what Alice, usually she has a folded up blanket, but she barfed on it.
Yeah, there's a little heating pad that's just it's one of the like cheap ones that doesn't have, that's not smart enough to have an auto shut off feature. So it just stays on perpetually on like a really like on its lowest setting.
I'm going to ask y'all to pardon my eating because I work in Columbus and I live in Opelika, so I usually eat dinner before 4 o'clock.
No worries. My secret to getting my cat to use cat beds is to put catnip in it, if that helps. She gets interested and she goes in and like licks it and stomps around in it, and then she knows it's her cat bed.
Nice.
That
Yeah,
seems
when
like one
it's
of those-
not winter time, this blanket that's here on my bed, which is like super thick and fluffy, which is probably about to get taken off my bed because it's actually warming up here. That is usually her go-to cat bed because that is like super plush and soft. And that sat in the corner of my bedroom in my old apartment for the longest time. There's like one specific patch about this big on it that is just full of like claw, like pick marks where she's picked at it because that was the side that was facing up when it was folded.
Alice only has 3 legs, so the edge of our bed is just covered in those pick marks because she jumps and then claws in and then pulls herself up.
Oh my god! Oh my goodness! My first cat ended up having 3 legs. She lived to a ripe old age, though.
Yeah, Alice does. She doesn't do great, but she does okay for like a 17-year-old.
Oh wow! Yeah,
So
my
many
cat's
people-
like very young.
So many people, whenever they saw her, whenever they saw Shiva, they'd be like, "Do you know that your cat's limping?" It's like there's a good reason for that.
I'm well aware.
Yeah.
Oh, she's like, Dad, no. Dad, no.
I was resting. I was chilled there. Yeah, she's like 4. I think she's about 4 years old, so she's still pretty young. She acts like a kitten. She's half Maine Coon.
She's a puffy lady.
Oh yeah, she's big. Her paws are enormous.
Does she have toe hawks? Does she have like the puff out between her toes?
Yeah, oh yeah, the little like fur tufts. Oh yeah, huge like tufts coming out of her between her toes. Like they're so long that even when her paw is flat, you can see it sticking off the like out and out from the front. They're just super long.
That's awesome.
Yeah. She has this.
So let's get back to it. So Gita and
Oh,
Astrid,
you're super quiet, Hoff.
You're very quiet.
have my mic on.
Ah.
I'm amazed it
That
picked anything
explains
up.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so Gita and Astrid are entering this room. A swarm of spiders is coming out. Teresa, you're still going room to room. You were just in the galley. Okay, so Gita.
Can Gita
And
close
to
the
be
door?
clear, I was gonna say, like if the door is open, there's like just cultists out there in the hold. So
Yeah, can
step
Gita
number one, close the
close
door.
this? Yeah,
Okay,
number
yes.
one, close the door.
Yeah, give me a
So
stealth
that-
check for that.
Okay. 12.
Okay. All right, you close the door quietly as possible.
Yeah, she's like, oh crap.
Yep.
And
All right, that's
And
object
then-
interaction.
would it make any sense to just shoot her crossbow into this pack, or would it be more logical to more sensible to take her like dagger and start trying to stab this? Or just, are
Probably
they small
cross.
enough that she could stomp on
They
them?
would be equally. They would be equally minimally effective, but better than nothing. So the more damage output you can do, the better.
Okay. She's going to, in that case, she's going to just start, she's way better. She's more comfortable with her crossbow. So she's going to just start firing crossbow bolts into this mass of spiders.
Okay, great.
Okay. So that is a 17 to hit,
Yep, definitely hits.
dealing 8 points of damage.
Wow. Okay.
Then take a second shot for a 16 to hit,
Hits.
dealing, oh, that went all over the place. Dealing 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Then with the Dread Ambusher, getting an additional attack for the first round of combat.
Yep.
For another 17 to hit.
Yep.
And this one does bonus damage because of Dread Ambusher. So it takes 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, fires one
You
more.
were made to fire into a spider's nest.
Fires
This is
one
your thing.
more for another 16 to hit
It hits.
for max damage of 8 or 9.
9. Okay. Wow. Yeah. You. So you just burn crossbows into this web. Spiders are getting pulverized all over the place, going all over. There are a lot fewer spiders now.
I've shot up a significant portion of my arrows at this point.
Oh my
I am
God,
keeping
right?
track of my arrows right now.
I have not been, but yeah.
I'm in the I started with 40. I'm down to 29, so I've already used 11.
Okay, Astrid.
Okay, so these are not the giant spiders that we were fighting at the beginning, right?
Nope, just a swarm of little 1-inch spiders.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to cast Sleep on the spiders.
Ooh, all right, roll it.
Brilliant.
5d8.
1 moment, please. Still learning what's what. All right. All right. Oh, that was not a D8. See what I mean?
Did you roll above an 8?
Yes, I rolled a 10.
Like, wait a second.
Wait.
Yeah, the little diamond-y pyramid ones.
Well, my D10s kind of look like that too, Sam. So that's an 8,
That's
a 7.
fair. That's fair.
Where's my blue one? There it is.
I'm adding this up as you go.
2. And then it's 5 total.
Mhm.
And then 2 7s.
They all
31.
these little spiders stop crawling around and go to sleep. That is freaking crazy.
Rockabye
spider-
spiders.
Spider charmer.
Little spider. Go to sleep.
That is like the
Gita
perfect
just-
spell for a
That was
swarm.
Gita just
Perfect.
looks over at Astrid and is like, just
Well,
like,
they have- I mean, they have to sleep too sometime, right?
Okay, so you guys got these sleeping spiders. What's the plan now?
does it,
All right.
now that they're all asleep, can we see, we're in here, can we see that, like, if that chest is actually in here or no?
Yes. Did our dagger work have any payoff at all?
Yeah, so you guys can kind of cut the webs a bit as object interactions, and you do not see any shape that would be crate or chest size.
Okay, can we just slyly exit this door and close it back behind us?
Yes.
What
Okay.
a great spell there, Will. That was
That
great.
was
God, that was awesome.
perfect.
Okay, Therese, on the slave deck, so you just checked out the galley, you've checked out the med bay, and the entertainment room.
I will check out 5.
Okay. This looks like a maintenance repair area. There are tables, there's a variety of tools, hammers, screwdrivers, nails, saws, those kinds of things.
No crates.
No crates.
Moving
No
on.
crates, no chest. Okay. Gita and Astrid.
Are there
so
any
you
more
guys-
rooms up here?
Yes. Let me show you.
Okay.
So actually, I'll zoom out. So there's the shrine. There's
Aha.
these 2 rooms in the hold, and there's stuff all over the hold. But then there's also this hallway that extends towards the front of the ship, where the spider
Okay.
head is.
Okay, and we kind of looked through the stuff out in the middle of this room.
You at least
Already?
looked enough to establish that there wasn't anything large enough for a chest of the size you're looking for.
Gotcha. I say we head down, like just walk on into the hallway where there's more, where we can see more rooms to inspect.
I agree.
Okay. Gita, Astrid, go ahead and give me insight checks, please.
12.
At 20.
Nat 20. Okay. Astrid, you've walked around enough as other people. You know when the gig is up, and the gig is up. Krell has positioned cultists basically surrounding you in a fairly surreptitious fashion. So you didn't even notice until the noose tightened. And you're looking around. There's probably about 20 cultists around you, and Krell is standing on top of the shrine platform, looking down at you, and he points and he says, "Surrender."
I'm going to use minor illusion. No, wait. I'm going to use thaumaturgy and to raise my voice and say, "In the name of the great goddess, kneel and prostrate yourselves before me."
Can you? Like, could you make the statue say it?
Oh yeah.
Could you make the
Minor
statue
illusion,
like point
yeah,
at
minor
Kroll?
illusion towards the minor illusion coming from the area of the statue.
Yeah, go ahead and what do I want for this? I want persuasion with disadvantage.
Oh my gosh.
13.
Okay. Krell, some of the cultists are like, "Oh my gosh, he's talking." But Krell is like, "Don't listen, you idiots." Okay, we will come back to you. So Teresa, maintenance room. You want to go to the next room over?
Do I hear that
Wait,
booming voice coming from the
You
upper-
do actually. Yes.
So I'm like, uh-oh, shit is going down.
Yep.
I will just continue to search, I guess.
Yeah, Teresa, Rosita contacts you. She says, the Nyogi, it looks like they found the open door hold that you guys opened on the bottom, and they've a few of them have gone in there. I think that probably the hole that you guys went in, some of them have gone in there too.
No chest yet. I think things are starting to go south.
All right. Well, if you need to bail, let me know.
I will.
I can start blowing holes in this thing.
Sounds good.
Okay. So next door, Teresa, you open it. It's a pretty large room, and there's also a door in the exterior of the hull here. You're having a hard time understanding what's going on in this room. There's like a bunch of what look like chairs, but it looks like they're rigged together with some like metal wiring between them. Give me an intelligence spell jamming proficiency.
19.
Oh, yeah. After looking at it, you're confused, and then you're like, oh, these are Nyogi. This is a life jamming helm. This is their backup helm. You can put someone into it and it drains their life force, but it would power the ship. It's a relatively uncommon thing outside of Nyogi and Mind Flayers to use because, you know, it's pretty much as evil as you can get. And it wouldn't surprise you if the cultists have no idea what the hell this thing does.
Gotcha. No crates?
No crates. No crates, no chest.
Okay.
Let me pull up the map again. So you've searched most of the larger rooms here.
So 5 was maintenance, second was, or
Yep.
6 was life jamming.
Yep.
So let's check 7. I think that's the only big one I haven't checked.
Yep. Okay. Back up to the main deck. Gita and Astrid. Your ploy has failed. There are goons all around you. Are you going to surrender or not?
Are we like still in that tiny room, or have we stepped
No,
out
you're
of?
in the main. You're in the main cargo hold now,
Okay.
basically. Yeah.
Okay.
I am open to suggestions, Sam.
Mm. The only thing I can think is just something that would buy time. It wouldn't actually help save us. So I don't know that that's presumably we can't get back into that spider room.
No,
Or
you
like
guys started to make your way towards the command and control hall,
Gotcha.
and that's when they kind of surrounded you.
So we're not like even close to the ramp to get downstairs where Teresa is either, are we?
Not really. I mean, you're kind of here. I'll ping it on the map. Hang on. You guys, like, this is the ring of cultists around you. So
Gotcha.
you're like kind of close, but you'd have to get past some cultists to get there.
Yeah, I don't like my odds on this. Would it be possible to shove through the group and get down there? And to like break through to like shove through the ring of cultists and to like run downstairs.
Yeah, for sure. You'd probably take some opportunity attacks, but you could definitely break through.
Okay,
and that's assuming that you know that these guys can do hold person. That's also assuming that they don't hold you.
That's true. And given the past, that's yeah. You know what? Gita's probably thinking about that hold person getting just frozen midair. So she's just gonna like slowly raise her hands.
Okay.
Astrid's gonna follow Gita's lead.
Okay. Awesome. Krell says to some of his goons, bind their hands. Some of the cultists walk up. Unless you're going to resist, they go ahead and bind your hands pretty simply, just in front of you. So it would restrict spell casting and fighting, but you're not completely immobilized.
Gotcha.
Okay, Teresa, you hear some kind of hissing noises coming from the Orlop deck, coming up the ramp from the Orlop deck. And just as you go into room 7, you see a couple Neogi come up onto the hallway of the slave deck.
Hi. Okie doke. I will proceed as planned.
Okay. They didn't spot you though. You're pretty stealthy. You think you might even be able to just walk past these guys. You enter this room. There's a bunch of metal like pens, almost like animal pens. And you see a couple of mostly decayed Umber Hulks in here. It looks like this is where they kept their Umber Hulk slaves. No crates, no chest.
I doubt that crate is in those other little rooms. It's got to be upstairs in like Kroll's quarters or something.
What's your plan?
I am going to sneak to the next deck
Okay,
and
the main deck.
see what's going on up there.
All right. So all of this goes down pretty much simultaneously. So Teresa, you get to the main deck at about the same time as the Neogi get to the main deck, both coming up from the bottom and coming in through the hole from the top. The cultists spot them. Magic starts going off. There's chaos in the ranks. Krell is shouting orders that half of them are being listened to, half of them are not. So you guys have a brief moment to potentially escape. So Teresa, you see Gita and Astrid's, you see that they're bound. For the moment, Gita and Astrid, the cultists, like there's one cultist holding each of you, but the rest of the cultists are in chaos as the Neogi swarm in, and there's a big old fight between the cultists and the Neogi. You guys also spot a couple of the Neogi's Umber Hulk slaves are lumbering around, smashing cultists and making them confused, and it's all just complete bananas. We'll re-enter initiative order. Gita.
Gita just is going to try and book it out of here. Is there someone like restraining, like holding on to her?
There is, yeah. They're like holding your ropes.
Are they in front of me or behind me?
They're in front of you. They seem pretty distracted.
Okay, while they're not paying attention, I'm just going to try and rip free of their grip.
Okay. And then are you going to
do
go
I have-
up or down?
Do I still have my weapon?
Yeah, they didn't take your weapons off of you because this all happened, like they bound you
Really,
and they were
just
like
bang,
starting
bang.
to deal with you, and then
Okay.
Neogi poured in.
Okay, I'm just going to rip away from them and try and run back down to where I last know Teresa was.
Okay.
Because the last I saw Teresa, she was down on the deck
Yes.
below.
Yeah, on the slave deck. Yep. Okay. Give me athletics check. Opposed athletics. Oh my god. You could probably do better than a 1.
Slightly. I got a 6.
Okay, that's all you need. You rip your hands out of this cultist, and you book it downstairs. You run past a cultist who takes a swing at you.
I'm not wielding my shield, I guess, at this point since I'm tied up. So
Right. Yeah.
my AC is
that cultist-
15 instead of 17.
Yep, that cultist does nail you for 4 points of damage. And you make it down to the slave deck. Astrid.
I know this is probably pushing it, but Puff?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to follow Gita's lead once again, but I'm going to have Puff bite the cultist that's holding me.
Okay. Are you going to have him do it as an attack or as a help action for your athletics?
As a help action for my athletics.
Great. Roll your athletics.
Woo! I rolled a 17 and an 18.
Wow.
Hey, nice.
All right.
That panic
yeah,
strength.
no problem. You rip your hands out of the surprised cultist's arms and you head after Gita. Okay. You run past the cultist. They take a swipe at you and hit, and 4 points of damage. Okay, Teresa. So you get up to the. God, what do you see? You get up to the main deck. You see the Nyogi coming in. You see the cultists have formed like a circle around Gita and Astrid. And as the Nyogi and the cultists start fighting, Gita and Astrid run towards the ramps. You don't know if they were running to go down or up.
Okay.
It looks like it's just complete chaos here. So and nobody's noticed you. You're still like a ghost.
Can I reach out to tag Gita and Astrid as they run past?
They're on the. So
Well-
you went up. You went up on the right hand ramp. I suppose they are on the left hand ramp.
Gotcha. I'm gonna have faith in my friends that they would run towards the exit we planned, and I am going to say it into the crystal, be prepared to receive us in a hurry at the bottom.
Okay, I'm ready.
And I am going to move down back into the slave hold, so that I can alert Gita and Astrid as they go by me, which hopefully they do. Just hope
Yes,
they do.
you spot them come down the ramp on the other side of the slave hold. So you
Okay.
can like take your hood off and wave at them if you want.
Okay.
You don't know if there's any Nyogi on the Orlop deck still.
Okay. Oh yeah, you guys are bound. How long would it take me to get to them? Can I do it in my turn?
You can get about halfway to them.
Okay. I am going to run to them and say, receipt is prepared to receive you. There may be Nyogi down there. Is there anywhere left for me to search up there?
Probably nowhere you want to go.
All the things going into up towards the head, was it? Of the
Yes.
spider thing?
Right,
Like,
right, yeah.
we didn't get to the rooms up toward the head.
Is it worth it?
I don't want to get enslaved.
All right, down
Yeah.
we go.
What
That's
is
like
the
my worst
precedent for
nightmare.
us like cutting and running on a job?
Yeah, you guys have absolutely done that before, and it depends on who you're dealing with. So usually when you're dealing with like underworld types, it really depends on like what the arrangement is ahead of time. With Eloise, who's a business person, like you guys, the payment was mostly the stuff that you were going to find on Creighton's jewel.
Yeah.
Like there's valuable stuff somewhere on this ship or even the
Yeah.
ship itself. Like the ship itself is worth like 80,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
And she was just like, take whatever. I just need the chest. So
Gotcha. And so
it-
clearly we're not getting that at this point.
it would not be bad for you, basically.
They
Okay.
can't all be. Look, they can't all be the train job.
Okay. Bad guys are fighting up on the top deck. Gita,
Gita's gonna
did you and
Can-
Teresa? Did you reveal yourself? Like took your hood off and okay.
Mhm.
can
Okay, so
can
Gita, you could
Gita
get
run
to
over-
Teresa this round.
can get to Teresa?
Yes.
Okay, can Gita get to Teresa and like use Teresa like if Teresa has like a dagger to like
Uh-huh.
cut herself free?
Yes, definitely. You get
Okay.
yourself free. Astrid, same thing. Run up to Teresa, get yourself free.
Yarp.
Okay. All right, Teresa. So the three of you are basically in the middle of the slave deck. The ramp down to the Orlop deck is just that way.
Hmm.
We're already not getting most of our payment. Let's cut it and run while we
Right.
can.
Man, you could tell it just like burns Teresa to leave this behind. Ugh. I could put my head in that galley and yell like, whoever grabs the crate, gets a free ride off this death ship. Oh, you guys think it's worth a try? Or do we cut and run?
That sounds hilarious.
Again, Will the player kind of wants to do that. Well, okay. Will the person wants to do that? Will the player who's thinking about the possible ramifications of that is thinking, no, let's just cut and run.
Oh, okay. Teresa will proceed apace to the Orlop deck.
Okay, so you make it to the ramp. You guys basically, let's do this. You guys all pretty much act at the same time anyways, so I'm just going to have you moving together.
Works for me.
Rather than trying to spread this out. Okay, so you guys get to the ramp down to the Orlop deck and head down there. As you turn the corner into the Orlop deck and look at the two the doors that you had previously unlocked are open. Standing on the Orlop deck is one of these horrible. So the Neogi are like, they have a body of a spider and they have like a wolf's head sort of humanoid horribleness. Just really icky looking. And standing next to it is a 8-foot tall insectoid monster that you all recognize as one of its Umber Hulk slaves.
Oh, he's kind of cute. Those little pigtails.
It's also like 8 feet tall and
Yes.
terrifying.
It looks like
Yeah,
an ant
very-
lion on steroids.
If that was like a foot tall, cute.
I'd pinch its
Extremely,
cheeks, but it looks like they would pinch me back.
8 feet tall, that's cute.
Yeah, extremely strong, dangerous, horrible creature. So we're gonna start initiative at the top of the order with Gita.
Are they obstructing my ability to get out the door?
Yes, they're between you and the double doors out.
Okay. Shoot. I'm trying to figure out if like, does this thing, would the Umber Hulk be considered a beast?
Don't think so.
Some kind of monstrosity?
Yes, some kind of monstrosity.
Okay, so I can't talk to it. Shoot. You said we know that like their Umber Hulks are like horrifying, terribly tough things, but the Neogi themselves are like no more tough than are they like tougher than the average person or?
They are, yeah, they're aberrations. So they've got all sorts of horrible powers of their own.
Okay. Given that they're obstructing my way to the door, I am going to attempt to remove them from that position in my way with a crossbow.
Okay, great.
All right. I'm going to shoot the Neogi, not the Umber Hulk, because presumably it's under the Neogi's control. Like the Neogi is the one commanding it.
Yeah, you don't know a whole lot about their relationship.
We know that they come along with the Neogi, I guess,
Yes.
is about it.
Exactly, that's it. Yep.
Shoot the officers first.
Yeah, so she's going to take a shot at the Neogi.
Okay.
Getting a non-natural 20 to hit.
Oh, snap!
A total of 20.
Yeah.
I'm assuming a 20 hits.
Yes.
Okay. Dealing 5 points of damage
Okay.
to the Neogi.
Great.
Taking a second shot for a 24 to hit
That hits.
for 8 points of damage. And a
Okay.
bonus action attack
Okay.
for, yeah, that definitely hit. That's a 27 to hit
Okay.
for 5 points of damage.
Wow. Okay, so 18 points of damage total. You nail this thing with 3 crossbows. It like it kind of rears back, and it tries to like position itself behind the Umber Hulk to basically use it as cover.
Okay.
Okay, any movement?
Where are we clustered up right now? Because presumably you're all just kind of ran down the stairs or out, down the
You
ramp.
went down the ramp, you turn the corner, and you're on the far side of the Orlop hull from the door, and the Neogi and Upper Hulk are between you. And the three of you are kind of clustered together. So they're like 10 feet, the bad guy's like 10 feet away from you right now.
All right, I'm gonna move over. Can I get around by the Neogi where I can still I can still get a well, actually covered. I guess cover is not such a huge deal for me. I'm just gonna run in the direction of the hatch, just getting up closer to them, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. So you can be in. Do you want to be in melee with one of them then?
Sure. Yeah, I'll run up to melee with them. That's fine.
Okay. With the Umber Hulk or the Neogi?
The
Or I guess you
Neogi.
can do both. Okay. Astrid.
Okay. Here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to cast Minor Illusion to make an exact replica of myself, and then try and sneak around. Is that something I can conceivably do?
Sure.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that, and then try and sneak my way past the hatch. Pass toward the hatch.
Past them to get at the hatch. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and give me a stealth check with advantage then.
Okay. 25, the magic number.
Wow.
That was our number from last game for sure.
Oh my god, that was ridiculous.
Fake it, come back.
Okay, Astrid, you sneak around them. You don't think they saw you. You are at the hatch. You still have enough movement if you want to launch yourself onto the Epiox. You see the wing. Rasida's brought the wing up, so you can launch yourself into the gravity plane and get to the ship if you want.
So I'm like right there, right?
You're like at the double doors, looking out onto the Epiox. The ship is there.
I'm going to, and they haven't seen me, right? Because I'm stealthed.
You don't think so? Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to kind of put myself up against the wall, and that just in case Gita needs any help, like getting away.
Okay, got it. Okay, Teresa.
Does the Neogi have cover yet?
No.
Okay, I am going to shoot the Neogi with a sneak attack with advantage.
Okay.
$24.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
It does. Oh, wow. I rolled 3 6s and a 4.
Woo!
So that is 18, 19, 20, 21 piercing damage.
Jesus. It is full dead. You hit the Neogi just like square in the center of its head, and it twitches and then flops over.
Nice.
That's the first thing that happens. The second thing that happens is the Umber Hulk looks over and it looks momentarily confused, and then it just rages out, completely out of control, just flailing destruction everywhere.
Uh-oh.
I was kind of afraid that would happen.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Well, if the job wasn't scrapped now.
Can we herd it up onto the main deck?
Oh!
Can we smack it on the butt?
It's plausible. Yeah, plausible. And you were no movement that round?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you guys wiped that Neogi pretty quickly. Everybody give me a DC 15 charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, crap. Oh!
Nope.
17!
Nope.
I make it.
Okay. Gita,
Oh,
6.
no.
give me a... Nope, never
Saving
mind.
throws are not my specialty today.
Not today.
Well,
Okay. And then it, let's see, Gita's right next to it, so it's going to multi-attack. Claw, Mandible Munch. Oh man, these things are tough.
I do have my shield back in my arm again, so my AC is back up to 17, thankfully.
Okay, great. One claw hit, but not the mandibles. 9 points of damage.
Ow.
Yeah, Gita, this thing nails you, and it just like glanced you. You think if this thing hits you like with both of its claws and its mandible, it's gonna like rip you apart.
Let's get out of here.
Gita, you're actually kind of confused. You're not really sure. You're not really sure what you're doing here. Give me a D8.
Oh.
5.
5. Give me another. Oh my God. Give me another D8.
2.
Okay. You think maybe going over there would be a good idea right now. So Gita wanders
kind of-
further into the hall, away from the double doors, provoking an opportunity attack from one of its claws. It hits for another 9 points of damage, Gita.
Ow.
I have Gita at 28, is that right?
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Okay. Gita, at the end of your turn, go ahead and give me another Charisma saving throw, DC 15.
Nope.
Oh, man. Your
I got an
main
11.
damage output is out of commission. It's not looking good. Astrid.
Okay, so Astrid has just witnessed. Does Astrid know that something is wrong with Gita
Give me an insight check.
Insight check? Oh, insight again. That's a 14.
Yeah, you think Gita's not right. Something's wrong with her.
Okay. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shout at Teresa and say, "Grab Gita. Something's wrong with her. I'll meet you on the ship." And then hop on, and then hop out the door onto. No, wait. I'm going to try and fire at the Umber Hulk.
Okay.
With my short bow.
Okay. Are you going to use your pseudo dragon to help?
No, I have plans for him.
Oh, okay.
This is just a straight flat. Yes, a straight flat attack. Steady aim would reduce my movement speed to 0, so I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit?
16 does not. It hits its carapace and clatters off. This thing is quite dense.
It didn't even notice it, did it?
Nope.
Okay. Gonna jump onto the ship.
Okay. All right. Astrid jumps on the ship. Teresa.
How close am I to Gita?
So, had you moved yet?
Mm-mm.
No. You're.
Wait,
so you're
wait.
still...
Can I take back the jumping off?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I take back the jumping off because I need to be there for what I'm planning.
Okay, got it. So actually, Gita's like right next to you.
Okay, and I guess I'll roll insight to see if she's
Yes. Although roll it with advantage based on what Astrid told you.
okay, being a freaking weirdo. Well, I rolled a 6. It's my highest roll. Oh, you know what?
Gita makes a lot of tact. Oh, are you gonna use luck?
I am gonna use luck.
Use that last luck point.
Okay, I rolled another 6.
Oh.
Gita makes a lot of tactical decisions that you don't necessarily understand. So it's plausible that she's just trying to get a better beat on this thing.
Okay. Okay, so we've got that thing. Is it still blocking our path to the exit?
It's
it blocking
between
my
you and the doors, but it's not wide enough to like you could go around it pretty easily.
I could. Okay, I'm gonna yell to Gita. Get on the ship, Gita. and
What?
I
Huh?
and I
What?
am going to run to the door opening, but I'm not going to jump down yet because I see that Astrid also has not jumped down yet.
Okay.
So I will go around this thing and poise myself at the exit.
Okay. You also have a. That's just your movement, so you have an action if you like.
Yeah, no reason not to shoot this thing.
Nope.
Oh, 15, 21 hits, I assume.
It does. Yeah.
And is Astrid within striking distance?
No,
Is she
she's
within
right
5
next-
feet? She's not next to the bug.
No. She's not next to it. Yep.
Darn.
Is Gita next to the bug?
No, she's back on the other
Gita
side.
wandered off.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then I do a measly 9 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's true.
All right, yeah, you clock this thing with an arrow. It sprouts it. It seems angry and confused. It's like, where the fuck are these arrows coming from? Okay, on its turn, it's just raging at this point, so it's going to randomly choose a target. It's going to go for Teresa, who just heard it. It lumbers over to you, Teresa, and wails along with its claw bite. Miss. Miss. Plus. The bite hits. Teresa bites. It bites you for 14 points of damage.
Damage.
Ooh. 14.
That's half?
Oh, half. Sorry. Nope. So 7 points of damage.
Okay, so that puts me
down
at
to
29.
29. Yep.
Okay.
and neck with
Okay,
me.
Gita, give me a D8.
Okay, this is what Puff's going to use aid on. Puff is going to like fly in front of Gita's face and try to reach out to her and snap her out of whatever funk she's in. Like,
Got it.
just making noises like yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Right. So on the D8, I rolled a 5,
A 5, give me another D8.
a 6.
Okay, you wander basically back the way that you came. You're closer to the doors now. You're only about 10 feet away from the doors.
Okay.
Okay, so with Puff, go ahead and give me just a flat D20.
Okay. Just straight D20. 18.
Okay, Puff's antics make you close your eyes, and so you the effect ends.
Oh, what's that?
But you realize you have to keep your eyes closed, or else it's gonna probably get into your mind again.
Do I know where the hole is relative to me?
Yeah, probably. Give me intelligence or wisdom.
All right, we'll do wisdom. That's a crit.
A 1?
22.
Oh, finally.
Oh, 20. Oh, nice. Okay.
22.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like right there. It's like 10 feet away from you.
Could I just run blindly out the hole onto the knowing the ship is beneath me?
Absolutely. Yep.
All right. I'm with my eyes closed. I just go streaking off the side of the hole.
All right. So you guys see, so Puff gets in front of Gita. Gita just was wandering, and then Gita's now running, runs past the Umber Hulk. It takes a swipe, misses Gita, and Gita just like blindly launches herself out of the doors.
Teresa is losing faith in your tactical ability here.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. She seems better to me.
Warranted.
Gita, give me an acrobatics check with disadvantage here.
Perfect. Okay. Not picking bad. Oh, that one was bad. The first one was so good. The second one was an 8.
Is that 8 total?
8 total. 8 total.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, you
plus 6.
you land on the wing and start to slide over the edge. Astrid, your go.
Astrid is going to Astrid's gonna follow Gita's lead and try and book it for the
blindly face plant.
no. Just getting the fuck out of this off the ship.
Okay, you're right by the door, so it's not a problem. You can bonus action disengage to avoid an opportunity attack, and then just hop on off.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Bonus
Great.
action disengage.
Okay. Great. Yeah, with your eyes open, you land no problem. Teresa.
Teresa is going to use cunning action to disengage and jump onto the ship. And how close? I guess I'll land as close as I can to Gita.
Okay. Why don't you do
Acrobatics. Oh
no, frozen. Okay.
Okay, you're back.
We're back.
Okay.
What?
Acrobatics to land close to Gita.
19.
Yeah, you land pretty much wherever you want to.
All right, and I am going to grab her hand.
Okay, great. You you grab Gita. You guys get onto the deck, back onto the bridge, no problem. Reseda looks back and she's like, "Should we go? There are Nyogi all over the place."
Oh, real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Let's go.
Astrid's gonna holler for Puff, and Puff's gonna like zoom right into Astrid's arms, and he's gonna give her, and she's gonna give him a big hug and be like, "Good job, let's go."
Yeah, let's get it. This mission's a bust. We need to leave.
All right. Reseda switches out with you, Teresa, for piloting. You guys maneuver around. You see the mine spiders. There's the 3 of these ships that the Nyogi have poured off of. They take note of you. Why don't you actually give me a piloting check, Teresa? Dexterity.
Are we still invisible?
Not for onboarding passengers. Yeah.
25.
Oh, okay, no problem. So you're able
Nice.
to maneuver to keep the death spider basically between you and the mine spider, so that they don't even spot you before you're able to before Milana puts on the invisibility, and then you head out at spelljamming speeds back to home base, which is the Rock of Brawl.
What a mess.
That was a disaster.
Well,
We recount our terrible encounter to Reseda and Milana.
Yeah, Reseda's like, well, at least it was just an insurance job, and sometimes that's how it goes. Sounds like that Drider thing was a real problem.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take off my hat and dust it off and go back to beating Astrid.
All right.
Yeah,
we didn't know there were people on the ship either.
A lot. Some kind of spider
kind of
cult.
weird spider cult thing. They're worshiping some spider god statue thing.
Kind of messed up, and there was some kind of messed up drow spider thingy.
Weird.
Yeah, it hurt. It hurt a lot.
I don't know where these things come from. Just weird shit.
I don't even know how they got on that ship.
Yeah.
Like how did they even get there?
I don't know. Did you take any
They seem
prisoners?
to
Did you
just-
talk to anybody?
Mm-mm.
No,
I mean, we talked to people, but
Well, we
probably all
had a
dead or
prisoner,
enslaved by
but
now.
we had a prisoner, but I disguised myself as him, so we had to kill him.
Yeah, couldn't have 2 of them. So, but he
All
didn't
right,
seem
well-
very high ranking. They were fine with us killing him anyway.
Did you get anything off the ship? Any of the gems or anything that were supposed to be there?
We got a couple
Teresa
of
waves
rubies.
around her stupid long sword. Stupid long sword.
I got a bow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gita pulls out her ruby. Like I got a ruby.
Yeah, I got
okay.
one too.
Well, we'll fence those when we get to Brawl.
Yeah,
You
not
know,
much
now
to
that
show
we're-
for this one.
Now that we're, out of danger and there aren't awful things like trying to kill us right now, I'm a little disappointed after our last couple of jobs.
Not every job can go off without a hitch.
Can't win them all.
We haven't had that happen ever.
Sometimes you just get one that goes bad. This
You
was one that
know-
went south.
If we'd killed Dalen and the other 2 guys right off, might have gone better.
Yep, I think you're right. I think sending them down to alert the rest of the group was maybe not the right decision.
Yeah.
Because then they were
Oh, well,
ready for us.
We didn't know how many there were. It's like Reseda said. We didn't even know there were people on that ship.
Well, he did say 40 to 50.
Yeah.
I was so sure he was bluffing. He was not bluffing.
No, he was not. There were a lot of people there.
Weird.
I wonder if the crate was even still on there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think they said it wasn't fraud. I think it still might be fraud. I think maybe something happened to the ship and they just bailed with the valuable cargo and claimed the insurance.
Reseda says, do you think someone beat us there, or you think that the original Nyogi just made it look like an accident and took the treasure?
Who knows
How
what
long-
happened?
No, the crate hadn't been gone that long.
Yeah, how long has this
Oh, yeah.
ship
Oh,
been
that's
sitting
right.
there? It was there like a
But
month,
it's been missing 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months. Okay,
If
and
they
you said
took it at the time, there'd be dust. But there wasn't. It'd been moved recently, like in the last week or so.
Maybe somebody beat us here.
Possibly. Or it's in, under Kroll's bed and he pets it before he goes to bed. I don't know.
I don't know. Wouldn't it have taken them a long time for them to, like, put up that statue and stuff?
I mean, they could have been there a while.
Yeah, you'd think
It's
they would have
entire-
moved the crate earlier if they were the ones that did it.
I mean, it was in that secret closet. Maybe they didn't find it. Maybe they didn't know how to get into it.
What secret closet?
Remember,
Oh, the
The-
false door.
there was like
Yeah,
the false
one the
door.
crate used to be in.
Yeah, so maybe they didn't know how to get into it and they only got in there recently. It didn't look like that closet had been like busted into or anything.
Nope.
Okay. So they didn't like brute force their way into it. They presumably, whoever moved it, opened the secret door.
Yep.
Maybe it just took them a while to figure out how to get in there.
So on the way back to Brawl, you guys take some time to play with the stuff that you got. This is actually a longsword +1 and a longbow +1 that you took off this strider.
Nice.
Can anyone use them?
Not well.
I think I'm the only one that's actually proficient in those.
Probably.
I have a
no, wait,
longbow
I have-
on Gita's sheet. I could replace my standard longbow with the +1 longbow.
Wait, I actually have I have longsword proficiency too.
I do too, but it's all yours.
Oh,
Sure.
I'll take the bow if y'all want the sword. Gita's more of a crossbow type of person, but if the occasion arises,
Do you only have a short sword, Teresa?
Well, if Gita's not going to put that to use, Reseda suggests that you guys
yeah,
fence that.
yeah, we could
Because
fence it for
he's-
more money. At least get something off of this
Get
job.
something off this job.
Yeah, why not?
And then same thing with the longsword, or does one of you want to hang on to that?
Teresa, I'm pretty good with my rapier. If you don't have anything, what weapons do you have actually?
Teresa starts like patting herself down, like maybe there's a lot of them. I got my dagger, I got my other dagger, I got my bow, I got my short sword. I mean, I could use it.
Yeah, why don't you
won't
take?
you won't get sneak attack with it.
I wouldn't with my short
Oh,
sword.
right,
either.
that's not a finesse weapon.
The short sword's not finesse,
Mm.
I thought it was.
is it? I thought only a rapier.
Short sword is finesse.
Yeah, short sword's finesse.
Mm.
That's a start. That's a
But
starting
the
rogue
long sword,
weapon.
the long sword's not.
Mm.
So you get sneak attack with the short sword, but not with the long sword.
Yeah, I don't know.
Talk them
Astrid.
both.
Yeah, let's sell them.
Okay. Okay, you guys get back to Brawl. Reseda and Milana go talk to Eloise, and then they report back. Apparently, Eloise hired like 3 crews to do this job, and one of them just got there faster than you guys did.
Again?
She didn't intend for that to happen. Like if she knew that that first crew was successful, she wouldn't have sent more. But because of transit time and everything, and the other crew was delayed or something, at least that's the story that she spins for Resita Milana, who reported
this
us
is-
back.
This is the second time we've been fucked over because we were both going after the same thing.
The nature of the business.
On the other hand, you're able to get rid of those rubies and the magic items, and your share of those is 1,500 each.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
I accept this outcome.
Yeah, I can live with this.
Plus, we divvy up the 50 gold pieces that Teresa found, so that's an
Okay.
extra 10.
And to everybody.
Great.
Cool. So I've got 4,010.
So the gold that we
Did I
found
make
basically
right?
paid us back for that scroll we bought. We basically got reimbursed for the scroll.
Yep.
Yeah.
Broke
so,
even on the scroll.
so we actually, 4,000. 4,010 for you.
Yeah.
Ask.
But you also have a scroll in case you ever need that.
That's true.
So
If you have a
we
tensor
each got.
floating
You
disc.
said we each got 1,500 from that. Okay.
I was a little
yeah,
worried I was going to
4,000
have
on
to
the
put
nose.
Gita on the tensor's floating disc.
I
Yeah.
had the same thought.
At the end there, I was like, maybe I'll just push her on and we'll go away together.
I was waiting for one of you to just shove me out the hole unwillingly and see
Right.
what happened.
Yeah, I was trying to get
I was
Teresa
entirely
to just,
prepared for that to happen and be like, well,
was-
all right, I guess I'm going unwillingly.
I was trying to get Teresa to grab Gita and then we just like all
Just
jump onto the ship together, but
it was way
I
more
had
fun to
Puff.
just blindly jump like an idiot.
well, I had
That was
Puff
great.
as a backup.
That
Puff was
so
actually
great.
plan A, but
That was great.
Just like
So
it's over
good.
there. Just take off running with eyes closed. Oh, that was great.
Very, very good playing. Good game, you guys.
Wonder how it would have gone differently if Resita had blown up that room as intended. I liked
Oh,
that
yeah.
plan. I was excited about that plan.
That's a good plan. Yeah. Would have made a mess.
Yeah, that was a very
I'm
interesting
excited to
idea.
be part of it.
Yeah, that was